Ah, fuck it, who cares?
How about you check out my ass?
Your ass?
Oh my gosh, that is spooky.
Melina, is she in the game?
Close up the TrueUnderDawg when he does like a no face, because that's always clickbaity.
Yeah, this is the Halloween special of the Combat Kings. Yes, He-Man.
Three, two, one. Take my acid! Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Combat Kings. We're your hosts, SonicHaXD, TrueUnderDawg, and the fourth snake. And happy Halloween! This is our Halloween special episode, and we all prepared some special costumes to wear. So as you can see, I am Dino Man, Reptile, of course. And I guess we shall pass it on to somebody else here. And while we're doing that, while somebody takes over, I'm going to revert back to my human form. So take it over, somebody, for me, please.
That's a good idea. Snake, you go ahead and disrobe so we can see your costume next.
Can you even see my head? No, you can't see my head.
No.
Ah, fuck it, who cares?
Whoa!
I'm back to my human form. Whoa!
He's so buffed.
Oh my gosh.
And the sunglasses, yep. Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh. Here's Johnny.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh, David Blaine! All these magic tricks. That's awesome.
Amazing. What an
Very
amazing
planned out.
intro. Well,
Very well done.
we're very happy to officially have the Johnny Cage on our podcast, and we're gonna get exclusive, juicy info about his next movie, Cage Match. I'm so excited to hear about the next part of the story about this.
It's gonna be terrible.
Oh, that's fair.
Come on now,
still
don't say that. It's your
genuinely-
movie, man.
I don't know. Sonic, I think they may just do a freaking rug pull, and it's going to be a Cassie Cage movie. I would not be shocked.
Ooh, that is a sick-looking score over there. Any introduction you want to make there, Johnny Cage?
I mean, Jimmy Cage does work. That is an official Mortal Kombat character, Jimmy Cage. Johnny Cage's Black Dragon brother, who is canonical to the 1995 movie, which is just insane. Yo,
Wait, in the 1990... Oh, that's right. The web series is canonical
that's
to
it.
the 1995 movie.
That's why it's not Lyndon Ashby, because he swaps out for his stunt double, Jimmy Cage, his brother, who dies in his place. Lyndon Ashby
That is
survived!
so sad. Let's go. He'll return for the next Mortal Kombat 2021 too.
I was going to be even lazier and say that Jimmy Cage is like the kid from the Incredibles movie at the very start. You know, I'm Incrediboy! It's like, I'm Jimmy Cage. He's just following around Johnny Cage. And it's like, I work alone, kid. You can't uppercut heads off their bodies like I can, kid. I don't need a partner. Don't need a sidekick. Johnny Cage works alone. Plus, like, you're totally underage, and I'm like smashing puh on the daily, like every night, like 10 women. So you can't be around.
That is the most interesting way to censor pussy I have ever heard. I'm smashing puh.
Well, it's just funny because like the word pussy is not even a bad word technically. It means like coward or cat.
Yeah. Anyways, so we saved the best for last. TrueUnderDawg, your introduction.
Yes. Well, as you can see, I am a Discord moderator.
Oh, that's that's a lovely cosplay there.
No, of course I'm just kidding. I wanted to go extra creepy with it, but I didn't research enough Discord moderator horror stories. But I hear they can be really evil, degenerate people, just like
It's
you know
not
the
too
typical
hard.
Reddit mod.
Just eat overweight, and then you can cosplay as them. Easy.
Hey. There takes more to be an evil, Discord mod than just lack of eating. I mean, too much eating. Whatever. I'm already flubbing it. It's all good. I'm up too early. I'm missing my words anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the camera on now. It's not the best costume, but I'll explain why. Is it working? It's still not working.
It's loading right now. Yeah. I like how me and Snake just kind of like lean forward, like right at the moment. Yeah, right there.
How great would it be if it just doesn't work?
You want to like reconnect to the... Oh, he's gone. Okay. In the meantime, let's check out this awesome like Snake Johnny Cage belt that he won over there. It's very epic. Very cool.
From WWE Immortals. I went over there, kicked their asses. I'm Johnny Cage. Ignore the fact that I'm British. In this version, British is what is fine.
Yeah.
Johnny Cage.
I have Midway Reptile in one hand and the NRS Reptile. Actually, no, this is MK2 Reptile in one hand over here. So representing the two sides. Very cool.
I'm salty. It's not working.
Oh my gosh! No, TrueUnderDawg! Not like this! We must see your amazing cosplay!
It doesn't say error. It's still loading for some reason. It's using the right camera and everything.
Are we going to get to the point where you'll just have to take a photo of it and then we'll pretend like, ooh, wow, that's such a great costume of insert character here. And then we'll just have that picture every time Dog talks throughout the entire episode.
Why did you just do it, Uwu? Just how about you just reconnect to the Discord call? Like actually just hang up and then come back. Wait, did he just hang up?
Yeah.
I can't tell.
He already left.
Okay, so he actually did hang up. Okay. Oh my gosh. That's the issue with hiding the camera there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Oh my gosh. Is that nunchucks? Johnny Cage is stealing moves from Liu Kang. Hack!
Yeah.
I like this puppeteer action I've got going on here. What do we chat about? How do we entertain our audiences? Look at that mesmerizing nunchucks.
It's working now. I was right.
There it is! Oh my gosh!
Oh, I think I'm missing the gauntlets.
Look at
Oops.
that!
Yeah, I'm very lazy right now.
Look at that!
I'm still missing
Amazing.
half the ensemble. I'm missing, I'm not wearing the mask. I'm not wearing any of the leg stuff because I don't have to. I'm doing this Anchorman style
That's
where
true.
I'm just not wearing any leg accessories.
So you're Hanzo then? So Scorpion, you're Hanzo. I can be
just
Scorpion. I have the hoodie, but it won't fit with.
He
with
has
my...
the mask too. Yeah.
I'm too muscular. It won't fit. Look, all this muscle packed on it. It won't fit.
Yeah,
too buff.
You're too buff, man. You're too buff. You're buff as Koda Khan, basically.
We should do that thing where you put a kick me sign on the middle of your back and you can't get it off because you're too buff to get behind your back.
You're too wide like Quiet Yang and Snowblind.
Okay, so my initial theory was correct. The reason it wasn't working is because OBS and Discord sometimes fight for the camera. So all I had to do was turn off OBS for a second there, and then it worked just fine. Just 100% worked. You know?
I have the same thing with you. Like I am not fully wearing the reptile suit. I am also wearing shorts, which you will never see me. You will never see them in this video, of course. But yeah, I have.
They're invisible.
The shorts up.
See, I'm wearing these new pants I got because I was like, cause I saw him in a shop, and it actually from a set of Superman pajamas. Why does Superman pajamas come with black pants with blue around the ankles and on the waist? I have no idea. But I was like, that's just Johnny Cage. That's perfect.
Yeah,
so
classic Johnny Cage too.
I'm actually wearing this. I've got the Superman shirt on under here.
Oh, nice. It's gonna get very warm unless you're really cold over there, in which case you'll feel
Very-
normal. But
I mean, they are gonna. It's gonna be tough. The heating bills over here for the rest of the year. So I'll just.
oh yeah, that is gonna be a bit of an issue.
More
So
Johnny Cage.
I wanted to say, people are probably confused right now because I'm on record as a Sub-Zero fan, way more than a Scorpion fan. But listen, all right, we have to film this video in advance, which meant I had to get 2-day shipping for this costume. And so I did, and all they had available that soon was the Scorpion one. They had plenty of options to choose, but all of them were going to be like a day before Halloween or going to be after Halloween when they arrived. And I'm like, what's even the point? Am I shopping for next year's Halloween? Not that productive.
It's an investment. It's an investment for 52 episodes. No, 50, but 26 episodes from now, because we're going bi-weekly, when you'll finally come around to next Halloween, and then you'll be like, yeah, I'm Sub-Zero this time.
You calculated that.
And it's funny too because I should have taken this out of the packaging yesterday so it had time to unfold, because as you can see it's kind of scuffed. The shoulder pieces are kind of warped and folded and stuff. And also it's held together by Velcro in the back. I will never cease to be impressed by how lacking every Halloween costume is. You think it's good material, then you get it and it's the crappiest crap. It's always so simple, basic material. Yours looks good though, Sonic, and because it's the padded one. Yeah, which is cool.
This
I feel
works
it'll actually
really
last.
good.
Yeah.
For classic skins. I think you can buy this and just change the color red, blue, yellow, and with all the ninjas, and it just works because the classic ninjas are so easy and stuff. I can tell you're modern Scorpion though from skins. I think that's
MK9
nice.
definitely.
I'm one of the few Scorpion designs that Snake actually likes. Yeah.
I mean,
Ooh, wow.
I don't think there's any that I actively dislike from Scorpion. I think there are some that have had. Like the MKX one is pretty lame, I think, and the mask is a bit. I'm not too fond of the red and the MK11 version, but I still think it's weird that version is in the game as the default is on the cover and it's not even canon to the story.
I like the hoodie part of it, though.
Yeah, it's true, though. Scorpion has to be in a hoodie now. From now on, Scorpion canonically has to wear a hoodie, which unfortunately means that Sub-Zero never gets to wear one because he has to contrast somehow, so they're probably never going to let Sub-Zero, have a hood for his, story costumes.
He had one recently, though. Not in the story yet, but I meant, he had a game where he had a hoodie recently.
Well, he had it in Snowblind, I think, he had a hoodie, because he's wearing, the homeless man outfit.
Well, yeah. Did he also have it in Injustice 2 DLC?
Yes.
He did. You're right. But that's because Scorpion's not there.
That's what I was thinking.
Scorpion's not in that game.
Oh, okay.
That's why he's allowed to do it, yeah. If Scorpion was in the
Sure.
game, then he wouldn't be allowed. And now that you mention it, did Injustice Scorpion start the trend of him wearing the hoodie?
Yes, because it was always a cowl before that, but here it was just an actual hood.
Well, even before, I don't think it was even before. He just wore a skin tight ninja thing to the back, pretty much. He never had, But then in Injustice, I think he finally had a hood because he's an actual Scorpion in Injustice. His whole outfit is a Scorpion enveloping him.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool.
I will say the funny enough, the new Scorpion designs, probably Snake isn't a big fan of. I weirdly enough, I do like his Hanzo Hasashi designs in MKX and MK11 a little bit more. I think they did a pretty good job making him look combining the yellow with a bit of a samurai kind of feel to him.
I just think it's funny that Snake is upset by the bit of red because it reminds me of Chris Chan getting mad when Sonic's arms were the wrong color.
Scorpion's uniform does not have red on it. Boycott Mortal Kombat 11.
Just shows up and destroys the GameStop.
Don't call
this
anybody.
game's awful.
Anyways, before we continue our conversation here, I'm gonna insert here is where I'm gonna insert our previous conversation we had of whatever the frick we were talking about. Hapush!
We chatted for a bit before starting the podcast. Here's what we said.
How about you check out my ass?
Your ass?
My ass. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you actually didn't start up the OnlyFans then?
I wish it was time for the OnlyFans.
You're gonna go the Markiplier route.
Does he actually have one? Did he make one as a meme?
Okay, so
I've heard.
Well, but I thought it was
he if his podcast or something reaches a certain goal, he will actually make one. Or I'm not too sure how the thing will work.
I mean, he is an attractive guy, and if it's him, he can probably just post memes. He'll just post funny shit.
Yeah, Belle Delphine did that. She started up a Pornhub account a few years ago. So it's Belle Delphine playing with two cocks, and it's just there with these two roosters.
Axo chickens.
And then eventually she just went fuck it and actually did actual porn.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All I remember about
Belle Delphine is the
I guess so, yeah. All I remember about Belle Delphine was the music video she made with Too Mad, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a funny pairing.
It was funny, but I hated that song so much.
It's an existing song.
It was funny though.
I'm not there for the song. I'm there for the memes.
No, I agree, but I just meant the comments section made it worse because there are people in the comments unironically saying, "Oh my god, such a bop!"
What a banger!
And I'm like, it's not good. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, it's not even. It's purposely bad. You can tell they made it bad on purpose, and y'all are still cheering it.
I do remember Markiplier doing the safe for work nudes in the past, so I feel like that's going to be what the OnlyFans is going to be similar to.
Oh,
TikTok.
I
feel like I've heard this joke before.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you make that or did you find that?
Oh, that's a thumbnail that I'm gonna put for my other Street Fighter video. Yeah, I made her cross-eyed and gave her the tic-tac-toe forehead because it's so massive. Yeah. I'm just gonna call it the Kimberly experience.
Yeah, I was gonna say something related to that. Yeah, the Kimberly experience. A couple of weeks ago, about a month ago, I actually literally went and watched both the Gremlins movie because of Gizmo and Stripes being out of the multiverses. Because I was kind of intrigued. Have you guys seen Gremlins before, or?
I just know about it. I know my siblings have seen it.
I watched them back in the day when I was a kid. We actually had this a plush of one of them, and it's because of the whole plot of the second one where they turn they mutate. It's one of those where you can turn it inside out. And it's the green one, and it fucking terrified me when I was a kid.
So it can turn into a Furby, and then it can turn to their creepy goblin mode. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
The goblin mode genuinely terrified me when I was a kid. So, you could come at me with that thing, I would have been fucking terrified.
I was just confused because I was a dumb kid, so I was confused by it because one half of the movie is adorable and cute because the gremlins are adorable, And then
First
there's the
40
fucking
minutes.
evil dude, and then like it's like it just flips it on you. So as a kid, I thought they were two different movies because I was really dumb and I was like really young when my parents watched it. And I was like, why is everything evil? This is a different movie. Like, this is really, really, really off. Like, the tone just changed completely. Like, I was confused about it. And that's the idea, obviously. I was confused, though, because I saw Super was also playing Multiverses, but I didn't look at the thumbnail. I just saw the title of the video. And it said, like, I got a cool kill with Gizmo. And I was like, fuck, they added Gizmo from Teen Titans? Fuck yeah, dude. That's what I thought they meant.
No.
Come on, it would be Jinx. Jinx is the one they would add from Teen Titans. She's so much more.
I guess so.
How are you all going to forget the most influential Teen Titans character, Mother Russia, or whatever that plastic chick's name was? Oh, Madame Rouge. Wasn't that her name? Like Madame Rouge or something? Yeah. That evil bitch that kept killing my favorite characters.
I think if they were going to add like a character to represent that, well, for one, it would be the Teen Titans Go version, and it would be a dual character, Cyborg and Beast Boy.
There's a Teen Titans Go version of Rouge? I didn't even know that.
Apparently, yeah, I just looked it up too. Teen Titan Go is so crazy. They have like all the Justice League and adding DC characters. Like they're so meta now, so they have everybody literally.
The only thing that I like about Teen Titans Go is like they are clearly not afraid to throw adult humor in there. So when you see the clips out of context, like for God's sake, when Beast Boy like is spraying everybody with milk and he sprays one woman in the face like multiple times, like
it's like the bukkake scene, as I called it in the video. It's like that is clearly intentional.
Like you said, out of context, some of the clips are actually really great. I think one part that I really like was like Beast Boy, take him out, and then like he walks up to the random guard and like then he like literally takes him out into a dinner and there's like this 2-minute montage of them like going on a date with like this romantic like some sort of pop music going on. It's like I really like that like that joke and whatnot. It does have some pretty good moments in it.
Speaking of Gremlins, I really liked it too. But the second one, in my opinion, like, is so like bonkers in terms of like what they go with. Do you guys remember anything that happened in the second movie?
I know there's a part where they ruined the film reel and then Hulk Hogan shows up and is like let me take of him, brother.
That movie was just like, we don't give a fuck and we're just gonna make the most like I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want and try to make it as entertaining as possible. And apparently that's like that's why the second movie got mixed reviews. But to me, I think it's like it's better than the first and it's like so funny. It's like there's so many moments in it that I'm like, it aged really well. If people watched it today, I think, or made memes of it today, I think people would like it a lot more, like the second Gremlins movie.
Yeah.
Are you almost done over there? Doggadoo, Doggadee, Scooby-Doo-ba-doo-ba-doggadoo.
Do you know they're making the Scooby-Doo show without Scooby-Doo?
Oh yeah, I mean the Velma news has been all over like everywhere recently. The Velma TV show like blew up so much to the point that people have forgotten that she was a lesbian.
Yeah, it's like she's a lesbian in the new main, or at least she's into women in the new main line movie. But then
or something.
Then the spin-off thing is coming out, and it's like in that she's black. And like then everyone else has been like weirdly race changed for no reason and what all that bullshit. There's no Scooby in the Scooby-Doo show. Yeah. It's like, it wouldn't fit with the tone of it. And it's like, well, isn't that a sign that maybe you shouldn't make this thing as a Scooby-Doo spin-off?
It's like
if the main character does not fit tonally, then why the fuck are you making it?
I feel like the new Velma show has been like literally everyone has been coming together to hate it. It's like literally everything about it is just going downhill from behind the scenes.
It's like Warner Bros. Wanted their own equivalent of She-Hulk, a thing that everyone hates.
Maybe, yeah. That is possible.
What can unite people in hatred to get us like all people talking about it on Twitter and get it trending constantly? I know. What if we take Scooby-Doo and like make it adult and make Velma the main character and get rid of Scooby, make Velma black.
She's also a self-insert. That was also one thing that people talked about. Yeah.
What's weird is like that character isn't like, if it's a self-insert though, the actress isn't black. That's the weird part. She's like Indian. So does that mean that Velma's Indian in the show and just not black?
Maybe.
It's
Because all that matters according to the trailer is that she's not white. That's all they care about. Yeah, because she even says in the trailer, well, at least Judy's still white.
This character is white. Yeah. That's the meta joke. Haha, guys, because people are racist online. Haha.
Well, so they made Shaggy black too, which is funny enough as it is too.
Okay, what's really funny was when I first saw that, and I saw that because he's not called Shaggy in the show, right? If I'm not mistaken.
He's using his real name, his Norval. Yeah. Yeah,
because I completely was like, okay, that's not Shaggy. He looks like Shaggy, but at least that's not Shaggy. That's a different character. That's actually Shaggy. Oh, okay.
It's kind of weird they didn't have the guts to call him Shaggy though, which is kind of like funny. Like they're giving him just his like regular name, and no Scooby Doo. He's not going to be there. There's no dog.
Yep, no
like
Scooby.
Confirmed. The only show that's going to be hated more than this show probably was Rings of Power, just because Tolkien fans are actually strong. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, it ended, right? So, I mean, can't compete, you know? Did you watch that or no? I'm not too sure.
No. It's too long.
You watched it. Oh, okay. You just saw like clips.
No, I did not watch it. I saw like everyone review it and shit on it, and that got boring because when they reviewed it to make fun of it, there wasn't even stuff to like cover. They're like, yeah, in this episode, Galadriel teaches so-and-so's like group how to fight, but the weird thing is in the books these characters are described as like not just men but like the apex of men. They're like all 6'5" by default. The leader's 7 feet tall, and they're like they live longer than every other human. They're like apex humans. But come in, Galadriel, the elf, you come on in and teach them how to fight. Even though she's a mage in the fucking books, but you know it's whatever.
Galadriel was at her best. Yeah. She was at her best in the Battle for Middle Earth games when she was like a super unit for the good guys, where she just comes in doing like kung fu shit. It was sick.
It's really funny that like because basically there was two fantasy shows like competing with each other. It's Rings of Power and then House of Dragon, and because my brother watched both, and it's like literally night and day in comparison. It's like
and everyone liked House of Dragon. Yeah.
It's so fucking good. I love Game of Thrones, and like seeing that come back in its full force is just like, oh my gosh. It's like TV shows can still be good.
Well, the reason it's good is obvious. The writer's still alive. Like that's the actual writer. Like Tolkien died, and they released the show on his death day, which was weird.
Oh wait, that's such a coincidence, I guess. Then, but
no, it was on purpose. But they thought it would be a good thing. They thought it'd be like, oh, it's like in honor like of him. Here's like this new show, but it spits on all of his stuff, so it's really weird.
The thing about the author part is it's actually a completed story, whereas Game of Thrones, the final parts of the season was not like the books aren't finished yet, and George R.R. left before they even continued that show. And also George R.R. is related to House of Dragon, like he's actually helping out on the show.
That's what I meant. That's his fault too, though. Season 8 is still his fault. We can't let him off the hook because he had so much time to write those books, and he just never did.
It's been 10 years.
There's a joke that he never writes it. Yeah, there's a joke that he doesn't care.
Didn't the entire show come out with between books?
I don't think so.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the last ones did. Like
the last one came out in like 2010, right? So, and the show
the
started
last like
around
3
2012.
seasons he didn't have books for pretty much. But the final one was the nail in the final like nail in the coffin because he only had spark notes. He didn't even have like a framework.
But the thing is, after
notes.
season 5, he also just left the program. He had nothing to do with the TV show anymore. So it's like that was
he got
all
his millions
like, they
and
made
left.
it up and stuff.
I just realized that George R.R. Martin is like a lazy version of what's her name? Rowling, like J.K. Rowling, because she actually stuck around for everything. And even if everyone hates her, she still like has a hand in stuff.
I don't know about that. I mean, like, I think people would just rather her not have a hand in stuff nowadays.
I feel like those are all controversies, but I need to like re-research it.
I meant like even the recent stuff. Like movies, whatnot.
Oh, I see. They're just bad. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant.
The only thing I thought was dumb was.
Oh, you go.
Go ahead. Well, it's funny because everyone else makes fun of how comics. I'm going after all, I guess. So
sorry. You go.
Everyone makes fun of like we made fun of the comics before, how they keep retconning people in different ways.
Yeah.
And like it's like, man, the creator would never want this, but then with J.K. Rowling, it's like she literally is the one doing it. Like she's like, nope, my character's gay now. This character's gay. This character black. This character
had intense homosexual relationship or something like that.
An intense personal relationship or something. Yeah.
Do you remember that when Rowling said, Hermione was never specified to be black. J.K. loves black Hermione, and it's like, well, she was specified to be. No, she never specified to be white. And it's like, well, she was specified to be white in at least one page. Her face is described as white. Additionally, all the cover art shows her as white. Like,
And she's also a self-insert of J.K. Rowling herself. Like she said, it's her.
All J.K. had to do was come out and say that what mattered to us the most was that the actress could embody the character, and this actress absolutely can, and we didn't want to, pass upon this opportunity just because she happened to not look like the character. That's all J.K. had to come out and say, and it would have been fine. But she had to be disingenuous and lie about it and say, "Oh, we never specified." It's like, yes, you did. You did. Don't lie to us, J.K.
Well, it's also because she got she started getting heat for the fact that there was like no black wizards, except for in the movies. Like in the books, there's never a single black wizard. But the thing is, where she lived didn't have any black people. She was just writing what she knew. She wasn't trying to keep black people out of Hogwarts. She lived in a very particular area of London. So like there were just no black people there. And so she wrote what she knew. But so she made her black retroactively. But the worst example of Hermione being definitely white, because it's sad but funny at the same time, it isn't just the white face behind the tree. It's when she gets hurt, she gets injured. And she ends up with 2 black eyes, and she's described as like a sad-looking panda. So that also proves that she's white.
But another thing actually that makes it really funny when you think about it is, so if Hermione is black, then that at least in the continuity of the show, then that means that back when she was trying to free the elf slaves. She was black, a black revolutionary trying to free the slaves, and everyone pointed and laughed and called her an idiot. Ooh, JK! Oh no!
Not to mention, don't forget, I just thought of this. So the thing that happened in the very first or second book, I forget which one, but because Hermione was like half-blood, they called her mudblood. It was like a slur they kept throwing at her.
Yeah.
You know that if she was black, the N-word's coming out. You know they're going to let it fly. Like, the kids would just be saying it. Like, Malfoy's not above the N-word. He definitely would have said it.
Blood, mud. So there's also that there.
Oh, yeah. No, it opens up way too many worms for, like, racist interpretations.
If Harry Potter was, like, at all, like, brave, then you would have had, like, the Muggleborns throwing out, like, homophobic slurs and racist slurs at the wizards who don't know what it means. Like, yeah, well, you're a filthy F word or N word, and they're like, what does that mean? And it's like, it's just constantly slinging slurs back and forth that no one understands on the other side, which would be hilarious, but it's never going to happen, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I want to add one thing about the about at least to George R.R. because, like, as you stated, it's like he never writes the books. It's even more funny to think about because it's like he's not writing the books, but he loves doing other things. As like, so it's a meme of saying like he's procrastinating. So like, he's working on the House of Dragon TV show. He worked on at least the 5 first seasons of like the Game of Thrones TV show. He literally wrote the script of Elden Ring, which was a big deal back then. And it's like, oh wow, Elden Ring was like the whole worldview was written by him. That sounds so cool, guys. And I told this to my Game of Thrones fan, and he's like, yeah, well, he's not fucking writing Game of Thrones, and he's wasting his time on Elden Ring.
It reminds me of the meme of Kentaro Miura, the creator of Berserk, where that series went on a lot of hiatuses, and like because I think he admitted that he was a big fan of the Idolmaster games, and so the meme was that he's not writing Berserk because he's too busy playing Idolmaster.
So yeah, if you enjoy those characters in Elden Ring, you can thank Mr. George R.R. for not finishing Game of Thrones yet.
I didn't get to play it yet. I still need to play it. I just keep.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You'll love some of the characters in the game. It
would have been really funny if George had basically made out like, oh, in the world of Elden Ring there was this some kind of ancient ice beast that like is the reason the world got all fucked up, and just to imply that if Game of Thrones doesn't get finished, the Night King came over, just fucking killed everyone, and it became the world of Elden Ring.
Oh, I was gonna say like for I almost said Lord of the Rings. For Game of Thrones, I was already complaining to my sister. I was like, it was cool to finally have them fight like the undead army, but now that they've killed off the actual villain of the entire series, it's just going to be stupid now because all they have left is like Cersei, and she's like, well, Cersei's kind of like a bitch, and she's like she's really evil. I'm like, yeah, but like the Night King was literally a metaphor for like a world-ending threat that exists in like our time. And the whole point of the show was supposed to be that while these dumb humans are bickering over authority and who rules what, here comes a literal death army that doesn't bicker and is like unified and allied with itself and is going to win. And that would have actually been like realistically what happens. Like the humans are busy fighting and then they just all die or something. And I didn't want that. but it's just so tone deaf to kill off the main villain without explaining literally fucking anything about the main villain.
Literally exactly why I fucking hate the ending of Game of Thrones, because they just kill the Night King in episode 3. It's just like...
With a little knife trick.
That's the whole point of the show. Is exactly what you just said. So it's funny from my friends who watch the show. It's like every one of them is like, we kind of gave up and like hated the show like per session. It's like, was it when the Night King died? Was it when Daenerys turned? Or was it the last episode when everything just like gets flipped over and stuff like that? Where did you like stop liking Game of Thrones? I'm curious and stuff like that. To me, it was the Night King too. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we're literally doing an episode now, basically.
Yeah. I was gonna say, have we started without realizing? Because I'm recording. I'm recording.
Too.
I have been recording myself too. I guess I can slip this in randomly into the episode or whatnot. But
slip it in.
Are you ready? What?
I think I'm ready.
TrueUnderDawg has not shown his camera yet as of right now, so I'm very curious to see what his costume will be. Of course, I will know when the video is out because you're recording over there. So that should wait. Are you recording yet or not?
I am, but you can only see the Discord screen though.
So you don't have video of yourself then right now?
No.
So the screenshots that Sonic's going to put in for that 10-minute Game of Thrones discussion, that's going to be funny to see.
Yeah, that's literally what I have to do now.
I've already seen what he did in the recent video. He put a fucking Simpsons image of me, like, doing, like, maintenance or whatever. Then he photoshopped my horrible face on top.
Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna hide my face here. Let me put on my full disguise here. Give me a second here.
Dog. Did he zoom in on the picture's feet? Is that what he just did?
I don't know. I just see a green stripe.
You can't. Is there really? Okay, let me see if you can find the feet. There's the feet.
He did.
Dog. There you go.
Oh no.
There he goes. Guys. The third time.
Every time.
And here's the thing. It's the snake who started it again. Because TrueUnderDawg, you asked. TrueUnderDawg asked who started the feet conversation, and I went back and looked. It was also Snake.
That's okay. We stand the feet kings. We stand them. It's all good.
Okay,
fine.
We stand. I'm going to make that my gimmick then. Every single episode, I'm going to somehow bring up the topic just to see where it goes.
Yeah, the Snake King. He doesn't have feet, so he's got to love them. All right, so let me.
Okay, now we're back after we were just ranting about Ring of Power, Game of Thrones, George R.R., J.K. Rowling, and now we're gonna get into what's been going on with us recently. Yeah, that's the next topic that we can talk about here. So, last episode, Snake went first, and then me. So I think we can start with TrueUnderDawg over there. He's over here. He's over here. TrueUnderDawg's like, what's up? What's been going on with you?
Well, on my screen, I'm actually on the bottom. That's what's kind of funny. Whenever you say me and you point at Snake, this is kind of funny to me.
I have to think of my editing of what I did. I pointed wrong last time. I was like, here you are, but I was wrong. I had to like flip my screen when I did that last time, so I'm making sure it's over here now.
Well, the cool thing is in post, you could very easily be like, hey, you don't talk back to me, or I'll like snap your finger and just have the screen go black. And it's like, no, because you can do it in post like really easy. Just get rid of people.
I will just mute you right now. Ah! Okay, he's gone. Something like that. He can't tell. He can't tell us what's going on with him.
Oh no, he's been turned into Ninja Mime.
Oh, it's Wanda all over again in Multiverse of Madness. Like, what mouth? Just can't talk. Yeah, so I mean, not too much, I guess, going on with me. I've been doing a lot of sponsor videos, trying to keep up with everything, and that's been my main issue. Is I'm just trying to keep on pace and keep on track. I'm trying to get back into more digital art and more digital drawing so I can unleash that onto the world. I've gotten pretty good at it, but I've realized now that, ironically enough, when I draw normally, I'm just the line work guy. I never liked coloring. I don't mind shading. It's fun, but I've always loved how good my line work is when I draw with pencil. But then digitally, it's the opposite. I've gotten so good at coloring that I get rid of the lines because it just blends well like a painting. And I'm like, wait, I forgot how to do line work digital because I just keep doing the blending and the paint stuff. So now I'm trying to go back and just do line work. So that's what I'm working on right now. I got my Scorp. Like, I want to say too, this idea was fun, but I would never want to do it again because I hate wearing this flimsy costume. I feel like at any point in time, the Velcro is going to come undone in the back, and I'm just going to flash my titties at everybody, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just living in constant fear.
Be smart like me and wear a t-shirt underneath it.
I could be smart like you, but I'm not smart like you.
Stay tuned for the end of this podcast where TrueUnderDawg might be shirtless, and yeah, we'll be able to see his pecs. Ooh.
Ooh, I'm gonna pull a Janet Jackson.
Yeah, so it could happen anytime in the podcast, guys. So make sure to stay tuned anytime.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So whoever wants to go next can go right on ahead.
I've got something saved up, so I'll let Snake take over.
It's hard to keep track of when we last recorded and what's happened since. I put out the video on the character ages for Mortal Kombat. Then I put out the video that finally put out the video comparing the MK2 Shaolin Monks, MK9, MK11 depictions of the various characters and the story and such. Mm-hmm. Finally, that's been in the works for a couple of years now. It's finally done and out. I got out a new version of my visual novel yesterday because one of the main characters, it's her birthday, so I was like, well, release it then. Perfect.
Yeah,
it's chapter about her birthday, fun stuff. And I've also got these little fellas.
Nice.
Oh, that's so cute! Wow, are those like? I don't remember if they were in the video or not of the figurines. Were they in that?
I don't. They might have been. But
they look kind of new. If that's not the case, yeah.
I mean, well, it's the only thing you say. It look kind of new, but it's like new MK stuff is still based on MK2.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell from the masks and the way that the outfits are padded, these are definitely the MK2 versions, and it's like, for fuck's sake, why is it always MK2? Like, these things look great, but why is it always MK2?
Listen, our 3D printers can only do so much, Snake. All right, you're asking too much. Our 3D printers need to mass produce these things. All right, it's got to be basic. That's not true though. I saw recently a 3D printer was really complicated. It could do some really advanced stuff. So there is no excuse. I guess they just know that's the most recognizable. They probably want to be able to sell these anywhere. So it's the same way that like Superman has a new look, but whenever they do Superman posters and stuff or like, you know, birthday cards, it's always OG Superman. Like, just gonna be how it is.
Funny enough, out of like the MK123 costumes, my favorite is the MK2 stuff. And I think they sold the figure for that, but the one that was only available to me in like my country was MK3. That's why I have it here instead of the MK2 one. So not always MK2 over, I guess. But it's always those three, yeah.
Yeah. MK3, where Reptile's animality was to turn into a chimp. Like the ones for the ninjas for Ultimate MK3, they didn't give a fuck. Like, that shit was like Scorpion couldn't be a Scorpion because
Scorpion turned into a penguin, right?
Because Shiva's already a Scorpion, so he becomes a penguin that lays exploding eggs, and like Reptile's a chimp, and it's like. I think one character in like MK Trilogy turns into like a cartoon vulture or something. It's like what is happening with this game? Trilogy's just mental. They should bring it. Oh, actually, they did. It's on Good Old Games now. You can actually buy an old MK game. You can actually buy. Who would have thought?
Oh my gosh! Wow! I don't need to pirate it.
Yo ho ho hey.
Don't need to.
I mean, I've become a very big fan of emulators lately for that very reason. I can play all the PS2 games, but they're on my PC, so they run really well. Yeah.
Of course, you have the games yourself. It's all
I do.
Legal. Haha, Of course, yes.
I looked that up. Yeah, as long as I already own the games, it's all good.
Emulator itself is not legal. It's like the other part of it. That's the same thing I do with MK vs. DC too, which is why I got high definition footage of the game, and it was pretty awesome. Anything else? Johnny Cage?
You've been working out, obviously. We can see that. Look at those gains.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Low tier God is crapping his pants right now. Like, if you walked into a room with low tier God, he'd be like, okay, King, calm down.
Tyler 1 will have a seizure when he sees this.
Don't make fun of Tyler 1, our actual short king. Tyler 1 could cosplay as Shao Kahn, and it would be like accurate because remember, like the Shao Kahn like actor was short, right? So that'd be perfect.
Yeah, that's right. Call back to the iceberg video this poor Snake made.
Yeah. I need to get like a samurai helmet to put with the skull mask I've got and this, and then I could be Shao Kahn, the classic one.
Hey.
That would be fun.
Now that I remember you did mention to me you always had interest to buy like the buff suit so you could cosplay as like
Johnny
a lot of the characters.
Yeah, and
Shao Kahn, Liu Kang, whatnot.
Yeah.
I wonder if you wore that underneath an actual shirt, how many people you could trick into thinking that you were just like actually swole. Maybe not that one because it's way too big, but like if it was like a medium version of that, you could probably convince some people that you're like actually Giga Chad.
I am a Giga Chad. What are you talking about?
Oh wow, Hanzo, how could you?
Burn, get burned. Yeah, there you go.
Literally from Scorpion TM.
But yeah, I think that's everything that's gone on with me. I could talk about like just random games being played. Like I finally started playing Fire Emblem Three Houses for real this time. Yay!
Hey.
I've got
Which route?
Black Eagles, of course.
Okay.
I want to make Edelgard happy. That's all that matters to me.
She can rule the world for all I care about. I just want her to be happy.
Yes. Yeah, because whenever I just played it, I only got like 6 hours in because the idea that the characters I might fail because I didn't level the characters enough or didn't play the game well enough to like make the characters strong enough to stay competitive with the story. It made me really anxious, so I dropped it. And that was like right after it came out. So this was like 4 years ago or something.
Oh yeah,
it's
been a while, actually. Yeah.
But because of Three Hopes, like really getting me back into it, I'm like, okay, I'll get back to Three Heroes, three houses, not heroes. Because I'm also playing Fire Emblem Heroes. There's too many H's in this franchise.
Yep. Glad they're making the new toothpaste main character that's coming out.
Yeah.
Besides.
Yeah, the toothpaste or Pepsi-chan meme.
Pepsi-chan, yeah. The VTuber one, yeah.
I mean,
wait, TrueUnderDawg, do you know about the new hero design? I mean, the new Fire Emblem character? I'll look this up. You keep talking.
All I know about Three Houses is like I was talking with Snake about it very briefly. Is like the Gatekeeper won that one contest or something.
Yeah,
which was amazing.
Yeah, Gatekeeper.
Yeah, I loved that. I liked all the memes around it because it was like, I don't care who looks the coolest. I care that he says hi to me every day. This is the Gatekeeper.
Wins the popularity and stuff.
Because they have this mode every so often in Heroes where you pick eight of the most popular characters that shows off, like 8 of the newest ones, and you pick one and you do little battles to support them, get them points, and try and get them through to the end. And so I was supporting Dancer Marianne, and she was doing well. She got to the final, and the final opponent was the fucking Gatekeeper. So of course he won. And then
he gatekeeped her.
And in the next one, I was like, I'm gonna go with Rinka this time because she's a tan buff girl. She's really cool, and she lost in the first round to Lynn. And it's like, oh, Lynn is in this. Yes, of course she's gonna win.
Oh, Lynn, of course. Yeah.
So I picked Lynn, and then I think she won the rest of the thing because
from what I recall.
Like, if you want to know who's going to win, look at who already has the most ults. Lynn has like 6 different ults, and she's not even from one of the newest games. Like, she's not in Smash. She's like, her most recent appearance outside of this was in Warriors.
She's an assist trophy in Smash. Technically speaking,
she's the one who like in the assist trophy one.
But it's like she transcends her own game. She's the most popular character from that. So she just keeps getting all these ults. It's like there are characters who haven't been added yet. Like they just recently done a set of like 3 characters from Awakening that weren't in, and it's like, yeah, why were they not added before we got to our fucking 6th Lindis? This is bullshit.
It reminds me of Morgan, how she's in every Street Fighter game as a costume, but never good enough to be an actual like guest DLC. But she's good enough to have her costume in every single game.
I don't want to be sounding controversial, but literally like 80-90% of the roster in Darkstalkers is cooler than Morgan. Like, I want to see the other Darkstalker characters in modern games. Like, Capcom, please. Let me show you Pepsi-chan right now. It's in the live chat.
Oh yeah, that is very like Pepsi. Yeah.
It's such a controversial character when it came out. It was so funny.
The only thing I dislike about it is that I bet it's meant to be a genetic thing because the eyes are also different colors. And all I can think of is like, oh, they dyed their hair. Then that would be more interesting to me if they dyed their hair than if they're just born that way. But no, they were just literally born that way, which ruins a lot of the. I think it's more interesting when a character chooses something instead of just looking that way.
Yeah, the series often does have like the hair color have significance. Like the character, like most of the characters who are secretly dragon people have green hair, or I think Edelgard's hair is white because of her backstory. Like it's not naturally white. So it's often a sign that something's off with this character, but it's not one of those we can look at and go, well, that character's got a weird hair colour, because some people just have naturally weird colours. Like Marth has blue hair, he always has.
Yeah. This is definitely a more peculiar hairstyle, though.
It's just the eyes that bother me. The eyes are distracting because they're different colors. But you know what's funny? I'm surprised no one's been memeing this, because as, you know, given what country I live in, all I can think is America, fuck yeah, because they're wearing like the red, white, and blue, you know? So.
There was... yeah, so there were many memes, yeah. But,
one of my favourite details actually about this design is the fact that the male and females have they have red and blue eyes on different sides.
Oh, yeah.
That's
even
why
the
I thought
hair
there
is
was
also different too.
Yeah, that's why I thought they were siblings, but they're the same character. Just like you can change their sex, right, when you play as them.
Yeah.
When you start off, yeah, you pick one of them basically.
I also find it funny, man. It's gonna upset some people on Twitter that the guy is wearing like actual regal armor or like a regal outfit, and the girl version's just like my booby pillows, like just like hugs her tits like perfectly.
The girl's basically just dressed like Celica.
Yeah, but she has a tie going in between her titties. She has a bow tie combo. It's both. It's a bow tie and a regular tie, if you look. And it wedges in between her titties like Sea Viper. It's even tucked down at the bottom.
And that's why people prefer the female version. Like, literally, when the trailer came out, they're like, oh, what a weird, bad design. And then the female character was released. Actually, it's not bad. It's actually not too bad, in my opinion. That's what I saw happen.
Neither one are bad. The only weird part is the art choice to have all the color on their head, and then, like, the rest is all neutral. Like, it's mostly just white. So, like, it makes the rest of their outfit seem boring compared to, like, their head. But aside from that, it's fine.
If I'm not mistaken, you can change it, or depending on the class, they also can change how they look, the costume and whatnot.
Good.
From what I recall, yeah.
I have a quick question. So in these games, much like Mass Effect, can I sleep with my party members?
Yes.
Good.
You can marry them or date them. I don't think you can sleep with them. This is PG, right?
Well, in Awakening, the characters do canonically have sex, because when you pair two characters up, they have a child who then becomes a playable character.
Yeah,
That's the stork. That's the stork snake.
Well, technically speaking, when two people are confirmed to be married, then their child will appear, because eventually they will have sex. Eventually. So I feel like, Well, very complicated.
Okay,
very complicated.
No, you don't know history there, okay, Sonic, because historically you have to consummate. That's like a thing they made you do back then. Like, you got married and then you had to like sleep together that night. That was an actual thing back then.
Here's the thing. In Awakening, if you play female Robin and you marry Crom before the point where Baby Lucina is introduced, then yes, you are Baby Lucina's mother.
Yes.
So that means Crom and Robin did fuck in that scenario.
Oh, okay.
It did happen.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're true about that. Let me explain this to TrueUnderDawg. So the game Awakening, midway through the game, like, your child comes from, like, the future back to the past to sort of save the present, because some really bad thing happened, so that's why they came back from the future. So a lot of, like, your characters, if they get married, randomly, like, some other future child will come back, and it's their child, and it's like grown up and here to help you fight, basically. That's
where NetherRealm got the idea for Cassie Cage, where, like, in MK11, Sonya doesn't know about her, and she's like, wait, I have a kid? What?
That is true.
It's probably also where Inuyasha got the idea from too.
Something I know about Lucina is that so she's a sword-wielding child of one of the major characters who comes back in time to prevent a bad future, and she was voiced by Laura Bailey originally, and then they recast her to Alexis Tipton, and it's like, that's exactly Trunks. That's Trunks from Dragon Ball Z.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, and then Trunks is very Chrono Trigger too. Like, they're all influencing each other. It's like the whole Berserk phenomenon. Like, every game or every manga has Berserk somehow tied into it.
Like,
you know,
he's literally just dressed as Golden Age Berserk, Golden Age Guts.
Oh yeah, Berserk. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Guts Berserk. That's his name.
Guts.
Sorry,
Guts,
Gatsu Berserk.
Gatsu.
Fucking Gatsu and Griffisu.
Oh, really, Griffithson? That's funny. That's very on the nose.
Because the character name is Guts and Griffith.
Yeah.
But the Japanese pronounce it as Gatsu and Griffisu. And so early fan subs would basically fight over what it is. Some subgroups would be like, no, it's Guts and Griffith. Clearly they'll be like, no, it's Gatsu and Griffisu. And it's like, these are literally English words. The creator himself said it's Guts and Griffith.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they're meant to have, like, those names, because they're in, like, again, like, medieval, like, Europe, right? So, like, they should have those names. He wouldn't be called Gatsu. He wouldn't be called Griffithson. Yeah. Just like in JoJo, his name's Giorno because he's in Italy. They're not just going to give him Joseph because that'd be kind of odd, kind of stick out.
Yeah, that's the new things with Snake. I guess I'll start this off thinking about what I've been doing recently. Other than editing some of the podcast shenanigans.
Right now? You've been editing right now? The grind never stops with this guy. He's always grinding.
This episode right now, as we record it, he's currently editing it.
I'm currently editing it as we speak
right now.
So.
He's moving this shot of me into position right now. Look, oh no, it's shaking.
Gonna make a highlight. Close up the TrueUnderDawg when he does a no face because that's always clickbaity. Also,
and me doing that because that's you like twice in a row. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. I just bring that in somehow. Literally, even the Scorpion's Revenge debate we do with Brusque Poet, it's like when he says something very controversial. I just brought that in into the episode, yeah. But I can't really think of too much. Maybe something else interesting happened last week, but I did finish Lord of the Rings. It's pretty awesome. Just a couple of days ago, I just watched No Country for Old Men for the first time. Really great movie. I felt pretty bad after watching the ending of that.
What a strange mix of movies to watch. You went from fantasy to the most grounded reality movie possible.
That's how I watch movies. That's like I watch Gremlins and then The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. You know what I mean? It's that's how I kind of watch my movies. Change it up a bit. I don't usually just watch the same type of movie.
You got to watch Hateful Eight. That's a good one too.
Hateful Eight. Okay, Tarantino one. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. A lot of Tarantino
it's a wild one.
Watch.
It's long though, so you got to be ready for it. It likes to play with the idea of how back then everything was slow. So the pacing is intentionally slow to show what they actually go through in those situations back then. For example, if you wanted heat, you had to get the firewood and actually start the fire. And at several points in the film, it's put more fucking wood on the fire, damn, because it's going out because they're in the middle of a blizzard. And it's just nice to see them cover that. How you constantly have to keep the fire going.
Yeah. It's the same thing with The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It's they would drag on a scene as long as possible. But the reason for that, interestingly, is because back when they filmed that in 1970s, the music was first made, and so they wanted to fit the scene with how the music was going. So literally while they were filming, they will play the music, and it's music's still going. Okay, keep walking, still going, keep walking. So it does drag, but it also does make the scene more dramatic and stuff like that. But anyways, enough diddle-daddling around with me, because I actually have a pretty big... Finally, I'm going to reveal the big project that I've been hyping up for the past 2 times we've been chatting on this podcast, finally. The big thing, the big bada boom bada chika bugada. October 29th will mark my 3-year anniversary. Technically my first Sucks video on the channel, the Mortal Kombat 11 Kodokan Sucks video. So in a way, that marks the KK in a Wheelchair 3-year anniversary and the poker skit 3-year anniversary on that day. So that's gonna be my special video, basically. It's gonna be a compilation of all the poker skits. I'm gonna make it Mortal Kombat All Poker Skits compilation in the video.
Nice.
And after the compilation, I'm going to do a huge Q&A session because recently I asked on my community tab, ask the poker gang some questions. And so I got over 350 questions, and I have to I've been slowly looking through them. So now I'm going to have these funny edited bits with around 40-ish questions in them. And so I'm just now working on that shenanigans and whatnot. And at the very end of the video, the biggest surprise I'm gonna have is I'm going to officially announce my SonicHaXD merch. So I'm gonna be my 3-year anniversary special also come with some SonicHaXD merch. That was originally what I was gonna wear today, was my merch, because I thought that'd be kind of an interesting reveal. But it's not here yet because I live farther from America, so it's it'll probably be here less than a week from now. So that's why I'm wearing the reptile skin. But I can show you guys my merch design. I think it'd be kind of fun to show you guys what I've got here. So, can you guys guess what's gonna be? What's my first merch design?
Sexy reptile.
Wrong. It's taking a wheelchair.
I was gonna guess reptile also.
Well, you know what? Spoilers. That's the third one, so you guys got that one already.
My God.
He's so happy though. He's just happy to be him. You know, he's not depressed. You could have made him sad in the wheelchair, like giving up on life with a cigarette, but you made him happy. Like he's zooming. He's got the zoomies.
He's just been accepted into Mortal Kombat. That's why.
Do you know what they call Kotal Khan on the streets? Do you know what his nickname is on the streets? Rolling Death. Once you hear his
roll over
tires,
your
it's too late
grave.
for you. Yeah, grave roller instead of
Yeah, the
grave
grave
digger.
roller. Yeah, this was I wanted to capture the style of like a sports logo kind of a design, so that's what I went with basically with like KK on it, and then like I this one I went on Fiverr to look for an artist for this part, so like got the
I
whole
like it.
shenanigans whatnot. Yeah, thanks. I'm hoping it will look good on the t-shirt too, because like it is being sent over here right now. My second is, well, you already got the reptile one right, but I will say it is not finished as of right now, because that one is going to be drawn by BK Hat. She's currently like helping me out with that, and so that one's still being drawn. But long story short, it will look something sort of like this. It'll just be a T-pose. I can't do a T-pose. It'll be a T-posing reptile, and then on the top of it will be like in what do you call it? In Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle like font, reptile on the top, and like on the front of it it'll be like this with his reptile suit, and on the back of it it'll just be it'll be without him with the suit and naked on the back of it.
Oh, no.
On the back of the t-shirt, yeah, that'll be the idea of the second t-shirt. And my last t-shirt that I have, this one is definitely the craziest one I've got here. So it's gonna be the poker skit drawn in the style of JoJo.
Once you said style, I kind of expected the style of. Oh, it's so good.
This one I'm pretty proud of. I took a long time to like think of the idea and just drew like a comic page. This one was drawn by a very famous artist on Twitter called Ter, and who mainly draws a lot of stuff on Pixiv and like animation shenanigans. Why I know this very famous artist and like why I specifically really wanted him to help me draw is because he's my cousin. So
Oh wow,
so
well there you go.
I grew up with him. He drew like amazing comics and whatnot, and like he draws a lot of like funny manga related like stuff sometimes online, and it's really funny. So I've always known him, so I was like, yo, can you help me draw a JoJo style t-shirt? And he's like, okay, so bada bing,
So
bada
you mean
boom,
your
that's
actual
my-
cousin, right? Not Sailor Moon cousin?
What? No, yes, my actual Talon cousin. Yes.
Not
Good.
2021 cousin.
No, he's not cum laude me. No, actual cousin.
Because I'm just imagining like that scene where Liu Kang is in trouble, you're in trouble, then he just teleports in with his Kung Lao hat, and then you're the like, good to see you, cousin.
cousin.
你来了. That's what he says in that scene, yeah. So yeah, that's my big announcement. Hopefully this will turn out well. I will be selling these the day... Actually, the merch shop is already up, but like I will be announcing this on the day the compilation video is released. So hopefully things will go well. It'll be on Teespring. That's why I've been asking you a lot about the Teespring shenanigans. I've been already I set that whole thing up already.
Guys,
So, yeah.
like, comment, and subscribe if you like these t-shirts.
Oh my god.
Do it.
Do it. Can we get
we get
this
some
video
fun-
to 5,000 likes?
And get some thumbs
Oh
up in
my
the
gosh.
comments. Get some thumbs up in the W's in the chat. Can we get some W's in the chat for this merch design?
I think that Farah definitely appreciates being the biggest one in the picture because Ferrator is such a slept-on character, so that's a nice
Yeah.
choice to like let him do that, to let them both be there.
Also, it's like the joke is she's the one saying like royal flush, and that's the big joke in my videos. So she kind of becomes the main character. I am slightly worried if like, let me show you guys one last tip. Here we go. This is gonna be the thumbnail of the video. So hopefully people can tell that is Farah in the thumbnail when I release
That looks
the
great.
video because I am
That looks sick.
gonna be
Yeah.
showing you like this. Thanks. Yeah,
KK's just there in the background like,
yeah. I might add some other like maybe like a reptile. Oh, I already have reptile. I might add like two more things on like there's two little spots there I might add for other characters that show up in the poker joke. But yeah, so that's my big project that I just announced there. So hopefully people will be excited. I mean, it'll be out by the time this podcast is out. But this is literally something I planned since last year. I've already said, yo, I kind of want to do merch and I kind of want to do a compilation video, but I think I didn't have enough compilation videos to even hit like 10 minutes. But now this video is going to be like, what, 30, 40 minutes because I add the Q&A session to it. Yeah. And also, I feel like a 3-year anniversary sounds more sexy than a 2-year anniversary. So that's why I waited till now to do this whole video. So hopefully this will be a fun anniversary video and you guys will enjoy this more than the 30th Mortal Kombat anniversary. Gotta take the jab there. Gotta take the jab there. Speaking of the 30th Mortal Kombat anniversary, I did not even plan that segue. I'm even impressed with myself. Want to talk about Mortal Kombat RPG Mobile?
You mean Raid Combat Legends?
Raid Combat Legends.
Raiden Brotherhood of Shadow Legends, Scorpion's Revenge.
Did you see that video, TrueUnderDawg? The one that Snake shared again recently?
The one where he talks about everything that happens in it, right? Like all the different stuff.
No. He made a video 2 years ago, basically, literally doing like a Raid Shadow Legends, like Mortal Kombat. He took the Mortal Kombat mobile game and made it like Raid Shadow Legends in like a very spoof way. Like that definitely did age very well. Like nowadays, after this came out, it's really funny.
I mean, I'm probably never going to get a Raid sponsorship after that, but it's a funny bit. I quite like it.
It is good. That's really great. Well, see what actually happened, Sonic, is that Snake has Chronica's crown, and he just knew, so he made the spoof like really early.
Where do you think I got the skull?
Oh my gosh, that is the wait. We can't talk about spoilers because maybe some people haven't seen the you know what. So let's pretend. Let's not get too close to that. But yeah, the Chronica's skull. Oh my gosh, guys.
Oh no.
So yeah, out of nowhere, nice. Like I feel like. This is definitely one of the weirdest, like, 30th anniversary, like celebrations I've seen. It's like, we're gonna have a trailer and then we're gonna, like, showcase that one cool, picture of the 30th anniversary with all the characters. And then after our celebration, we're gonna release the information about the Mortal Kombat mobile game. And literally, we're not gonna promote Snowblind anymore. It's like, Snowblind... I feel like other than the fans that are saying Snowblind is the 30th anniversary movie that we're getting, like that's it. Nobody in WB is saying Snowblind hints the 30th anniversary or related to that at all. It's so weird.
I think we all know why they didn't reveal this on the anniversary, because it would have given like an even bigger uproar if they revealed Mortal Kombat the phone game as the 30th anniversary.
That's smart.
That would have upset people. Yeah. So they did delay it on purpose, I can guarantee you. I just think it's weird how they went so little with it. Like, just an image. It's just artwork. It's not even gameplay, not even a screenshot. It's so weird. Like, they've never gone that small with the reveal. It's interesting.
It's
and all
a
the character
game,
designs,
I guess, so they don't care too much, maybe?
I know, but it's character designs. It surely still costs millions of dollars to make. And they still went so soft with it. Such a soft reveal. Just like, this is like revealing a flaccid penis. Like, it's just like this is the most simple reveal. It's like, yeah, it's a dick, but it's a very flaccid dick, and it's not like, I'm not impressed really, you know? You couldn't even chub it up a little bit, and you couldn't even make it a rock hard dick. You couldn't like show gameplay. You couldn't.
Like, I'd expect this kind of thing if like it had leaked, and then they're like, well, we might as well get ahead of the story. We've got nothing to show, but let's just part of the image. But like, no one was talking about this, so as far as I know, it didn't leak, which is actually kind of shocking for a NetherRealm product to not leak before the announcement.
And look, I know hindsight's 20/20, but do you know what they could have done to make it immediately better and make everybody really like it? So because it's a mobile game and it's going to be a team building game, I'm sure the roster is going to be huge, going to have tons of characters in it because they're going to be simple, right? Yeah. All they had to do was include characters in the artwork that we wanted in the games for a while. Like, can you imagine if they had like Serena, Havoc, and Natara in the artwork, like pretty close to the front, along with Katana and Scorpion mixed in there? Like, people would have lost their mind because on one hand, oh damn, it's a mobile game, but also, oh shit, I get to play as these characters again. That's cool. Yeah, could have immediately softened the blow. They could have like bent their knees on the landing instead of falling square on their face like they did with the.
That makes so much sense because while the image is not bad, it's a good poster.
It's a good image.
It's literally just MKX, MK11 stuff. It's just like, okay, cool.
And MK9 with Quan Chi.
Yeah.
And Shinnok from MK11 apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like literally now we're just like, okay, cool. You're just grabbing those models from there. Great. It's like like you said, that's a really great idea. I hope what they do is like they have like movie versions or TV show versions of characters. Like,
I know that Cole Young's going to be in there. That's my prediction. Cole Young is going to be a character.
oh my gosh, hell yeah. Cole Young is gonna be the farming card where like you're gonna like waste them to make your other cards like stronger to like boost them up because that's how the gacha games work.
Dude, we can play as No Face. We can finally play as No Face.
There'll be an
the new Death Knight.
Arcana support card.
Arcana support. Oh no.
We'll have King Kano as a unique
I
character
am looking
type.
so forward to playing as Jidola. Shit, I forgot what it's called. The three-headed dragon from Armageddon that Shao Kahn turns into. That's gonna be such an epic card to have. So looking forward to that.
If they really did like pull out all these obscure shit like Lucifer, who was overthrown by Shinnok, put him in there and he shows up, or Ko-Child, the supposed god of chaos from Deception. All these just really all obscure shit just thrown in. The living embodiment of the blood code.
Like that MK4 character that was in the magazine but never made it in. Forgot his name. The demon-looking dude. He's like red.
Yeah, I think. I forget his name, but I know he's talking about. Yeah.
He only exists
I
in
want
like
to see
Prince
obscure
form.
shit.
Yeah.
That's what makes me kind of excited about the RPG is seeing this obscure shit inside of it. We kind of got a glimpse with it.
I predict the roster is going to be there'll be one character who's not in one of the NetherRealm games, just one. Some like Nitara or Havoc, just one just throws a bone, and then everything else will just be like from the 3 most recent games, and it'll be like 2 years later that we'll finally get a character from one of the earlier games, and if we're lucky, we might get something obscure, but it's mostly just going to be the characters that people know, and the obscure character. You know, all characters not been in the NetherRealm games, they're going to be chosen because they're in one of the movies. They'll be like, well, this character is going to be in 2021 too. Yeah. Like, Havoc will show up as an Outworlder in 2021 too, so he's going to get a slot.
So you're telling me I have the chance to play as Thick Lena? I can finally play Thick Lena because she's in the movie. Let's go.
Well, that's the thing is...
She's going to be Katana eventually anyway, so...
That's the thing is, would the movie versions have the likeness of the actors, or would it just be the game versions in their outfits?
I think they're going to go full hog and do 100% like the movie.
They gotta have the likeness. That's the point.
I can't see them doing it, to be honest. For a mobile game, I just don't see them doing it. I feel like
there is no way they're going to whitewash Melina if they put the costume in. They're going to fear the wrath. They're not going to do that. She's going to definitely have to look like her, at least for Melina, because they will get so much crap from the Twitter horde that, to be fair, it's their fault that they have that audience because they've been like pandering to them a little bit, and now they have them, so they have to be careful. They're walking on eggshells now. So that raises a good question: do they have the guts, the chutzpah, to give us MK9 alternates in this game? Because there's going to be so many costumes, I can guarantee you, different versions of the same character. Do they have the courage to be like, here's MK9 Katana, here's MK9 like Melina,
flesh pitch Melina?
So my thought process is, how much do you think they're just going to copy paste files and models from the existing mobile game?
Very likely.
That's one. Yeah, in that case, it just feels like you already have half the game done, technically speaking. But
it depends on what the gameplay is like, because I'm like I said in my video on it, I can't say for sure whether I would assume that it would be in 2D or 3D. Like how they would approach it, because
it's gotta be 3D, right? Like I imagine, but we never know. Yeah.
It's going to be, because it'll just be less work. It's going to definitely be 3D, so they can like copy and paste the models over. That's definitely going to be the game plan, and like that's why it'd be really easy to include all the different, like, you can call them new characters, because that's all Raid does. Raid's like, oh my god, here's this barbarian, who's definitely not this barbarian with a different headdress. Shut up. It's definitely not him. They can do that with this game, where there's like 5 Katanas, 5 Melinas, 5 Jades, you know, they're all different versions.
Yeah, MK is literally like so easy. Even then, you can copy Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and all the ninjas too, because classic Scorpion! Copy paste, Sub-Zero, copy paste, Noob Saibot, copy paste. Like, you can just make all that too. MK is literally like has that easy out for it, basically.
Earlier, Snake, when you said that they were going to only include one obscure character, what I thought you were going to say is like watch them fuck up and leave out an important character just by accident. Like everyone's in there except like one character who's going to be the Waluigi that doesn't make it in.
Melina again.
That would be fucking hilarious if they messed that up somehow. Yeah. I was thinking that, like, but not on purpose. There's like that one guy, the one employee who's like, Steven, did you forget? Huh? Melina, is she in the game? Steven, God damn it, no! He's like, and they're just like scrambling to put her in.
Not again! Not again!
I feel like it'd be someone like Baraka, because I would say Reptile, but they can if they put him in, they can have like every time they put in a new alt for Scorpion, they can just put in a green version for Reptile. So he has to make it in. He's a way to basically expand the roster in a really cheap way. So he's going to make it in.
Yeah,
I think
literally all the ninjas. Yeah,
It'd be someone who's.
not being in.
I think it'd be Baraka, because someone who's not too important, but who is significant enough that you look at it and go, why the fuck isn't he here? Mm-hmm. You know, because I mean, and I'm sure there'll be like characters like, well, you can't leave out Jax, he's the first black guy. You can't leave out Melina because she's really popular. Like, these are the characters they would be thinking about. Whereas, and like, Kano is always getting a free ride for no reason. Like, he's worthless, but he always
MK1
comes
characters,
back.
yeah.
So I feel like if it would be Baraka or maybe like an MK3 character.
Well, MK3 always get left out depending. Like Striker never is going to return, or Cabal was an MKX or something.
It'll be Cabal. He'll be the one who get left out.
Maybe we'll get every single boss character except for Motaro or something.
Oh, God. Give my man a break. Let him come back.
Yeah, that's very nice of you, TrueUnderDawg, that you're actually considering that Moloch is somehow going to come back too, or Draman.
I think Draman's going to be in there. They're going to include all the, like, I think so. Unless there is actually a rights issue, but I don't think there is. I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers owns Mortal Kombat pretty consistently.
I mean, Draman was in
the movie Snowblind. Yeah.
Yeah, and Moloch had his. Moloch and Draman were both in the comic. Moloch had his head in MKX, so I feel like I imagine they have everything.
He kind of was in Scorpion's Revenge. Like that ogre, like literally looks like Moloch. So.
Yeah.
I just refuse to believe it is, but yeah, it does look like him. I was actually kind of a bit upset. I guess it makes sense that he can talk because Goro and stuff can talk, but in Deadly Alliance, I was always under the impression that he was like a mindless beast.
Uh-huh.
Because all he does is howl. He goes, "Rrrr," when you like into the room, so I just assumed he was like crazy, and that's it. Same with Draman. I always assumed that Draman can't talk. He's like a madman. I always assumed he was like gone insane in the Netherrealm, and he's just crazy. And he throws flies at you.
Technically speaking, they probably still can't. I mean, it's a Moloch creature, so maybe Moloch himself they might still go with that eventually. I'm just looking up the roster and the characters that are in the mobile game, and like literally it's MKX and MK11 characters with some sprinkles of MK9 like Kentaro and whatnot. And then some very weird and obscure characters like a Lin Kuei member, a Shiradayu member, a monk, a Saurian.
Don't forget Dragon Melina.
When it started out, it was just
Skins,
MKX. It was MKX Mobile when it started, and it was actually hilarious because some characters actually got multiple variants with the same costume. Like there's two of base Scorpion, two of Sonya, and a few. I think Sub-Zero has two in his base costume. Even though MKX had alternate costumes in the game, they could have just used. But yeah, so then with MK11 they started adding more characters. Now, if you look at the 11 characters they've added, they've got Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Jade, Raiden. I think it's like there's a couple of others like Noob Saibot, but then it's like there's no MK11 Johnny or Jax or Sonya or Cassie or Jackie. There's tons of characters who are absent, and you're like, how long has MK11 been out, and how few characters have they added from 11? There's like 7, I think, in like 3 years. Like it's such a slow pace to release these extra characters, and it's just like. What pace are we going to look at for with this new game? Because like I said in the video, like the like Fire Emblem Heroes has like 4 new characters every 2 or 4 weeks. Like there's just new characters being added constantly. So what's this MK game going to do? Are they going to try and keep up, or is it going to be like MK Mobile where you get like 3 characters a year if you're lucky?
Here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that they actually change the art style and make it more shitty in terms of an art style, so that way we can somehow get more characters.
Yeah,
because
I'm totally down.
I would even say like the current mobile game, because it's literally like a Switch port version of like the models from MK11 and MKX. So even then, I think for a mobile game, it's quite detailed in their like appearance and stuff. So I would rather and wish that they could just like make it like more smaller or chibi or whatever, like make it less detailed, and that way we can get more characters in the mobile game. Because
I'm okay with them just copy and pasting the files, man. Like you said, like if we get literally MK9 Scarlet, but she's just copy and pasted from MK9, even like the animations are copied over, fine. I don't mind.
That would be amazing. Just see like because like MK9 characters, the women especially, were very skinny, and then you go out to like the next 2 games where they're a lot chunkier. It would be hilarious to see them like super skinny Scarlet from MK9 against like the more, I guess, realistic Sonya from 11, like going at it. You'd be like taking an action figure and a Barbie doll and smash them together.
Yeah, they're also taller in MK9 too by a lot. Like they're tall looking like ladies, so it'd be funny.
Oh yeah. They got high heels. They got them high heels.
Yeah.
The heels never went away. That's the funny part.
I think every woman in MK9 was wearing high heels. I think the only one who stopped after that was Sonya.
Yeah. Which is funny because even Sonya, like, and even though I know I'm known as like the guy who's like, oh my gosh, sexy costumes, but even I have said multiple times that I draw the line at Sonya's MK9 default because it's just so ridiculous. Like it doesn't even like have a resemblance of being in the military. It looks like a military stripper, like someone who would show up to like dance for the military, but she's always been a stripper. They just gave her a cosplay outfit. That's what she looks like. And
her alternate costume looks better in MK9 in my opinion.
Well, I don't even mind the
MK
costume. I
versus
just think it's like
Sonya.
What I'm saying is that should have been an alternate because it's definitely not like what she would wear. It's funny. I don't mind it as an alternate, and like I like how we got sexy cosplayers as a result. That was great. We got sexy cosplay.
It does look like the porn parody version.
It does. Yeah.
And that's why it's really funny when Johnny goes up to her and says, "So that's not just a costume. You're real special forces." So it's like, is that a joke about the fact that he's like, this isn't like real special forces? This looks like a porn thing, or is it meant to be he genuinely doesn't believe this is what that she is special forces, though this is what special forces were in this universe?
I now want someone to do an artwork, like a drawing of all the special forces women lined up, and they're doing the salute, and they're all wearing that outfit, just because that's the actual standard issue
from
like
MK11.
Yeah.
The intro of MK11, yeah.
But they're almost like hands behind their back, like standing at attention, and they just have like titties out with like that vest. I want to see it. That'd be hilarious.
I would say like the only thing I'm interested in this game is if they bring in all the obscure shenanigans from MK. Like, give me Lyndon Ashby, Johnny going up against Legends, Nitara going, and then teaming up to
2D.
kill Ko Young or something. Just give me that. That's the kind of shenanigan that I want to see. I hope they go all out a bit more. Well, but I guess I have a feeling that they're going to go safe.
Tell me which option y'all would like more. So would y'all prefer if they did bring back like Midway designs and era characters, like they bring it back like Deadly Alliance Shang Tsung, would you prefer if they updated him a little bit to fit the like the graphics of the game to look like more on model, like, you know, his fidelity would be like up to par with other characters? Or would you prefer if they just straight up ripped the character models like from the Midway games and he's just there as like Midway Shang Tsung, but next to like MK11 Shang Tsung and all of his detail? I'm not sure which one I prefer. I'd be okay with both.
That would be funny, but
it would be.
It'll never happen.
I think I wouldn't mind seeing an update because I do think when they update some older skins, like they do a pretty good job with them in terms of like the design and the costume and stuff like that. Like,
Because sometimes you look at some, it's like MK3 Jax when he came back in MK11. There's something about the way the pants were done where it just looks weird. Or the UMK3 ninja skin in MKX just looks off.
Yeah. That's a good example of what's not really good. Yeah, it's just something about it is weird. I can never get over that mask, like the classic mask. It's just like it's so weird. But I would rather see them like modernize it, especially because some characters just really need to be modernized, like Drummond and whatnot, and also like MK4 characters, those models. It would be funny. It would be like bringing back Mario 64 models into the game. That would be kind of funny.
They bring back MK4 Meat, where he's just doing this, even as the idle pose.
Bring back the trilogy of MK characters and literally bring like film the live human beings doing the motion and stuff like that. That would be awesome. Just like somehow doing that in the RPG.
That would be very cool.
There actually was an attempt at like a remake of MK1 to 3, where like redoing all the sprites in HD, and it was really cool because they actually got the guy who played Kung Lao in MK2 and 3. They got his son to play Kung Lao for it. But the Warner Bros backed out of it, and the whole thing got cancelled.
Damn! I thought that was like a project that was still going on, and that's why it's not out yet. Damn!
I'm pretty sure it got cancelled.
Pulled a Nintendo. Damn it!
Everything's getting canceled right now, dude. Like they're canceling stuff left and right. Cartoon Network canceled. We got all the CW shows getting canceled. We got like that movie with Batwoman, Batgirl, all that. Yeah.
Batwoman.
Release the shitty Batwoman. I want to see the shitty Batwoman. Goodness gracious.
And some things not, sadly.
You know how people are pushing for like, the David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad? Could you imagine if they put out a second version of a film that's already out and still didn't release Batgirl? Could you imagine the uproar?
That would be hilarious. Anything else you guys want to mention about the RPG mobile shenanigans?
I mean, I'm surprised we said as much as we have.
Yeah, I guess my final
I
thoughts are
probably
just
have one more thing to
uncautiously.
say.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my last thing I'll say is apparently it's going to be a rich story RPG. They're going to have a story. And that's something that I'm going to be like, I have to be noticing now.
It was nice of NetherRealm to announce a new Sucks video. That was nice of them.
Yeah, exactly. Now I have new content that I have to look up, so it's like, great, gotta get my new phone ready.
I mean, have they said who's developing it? Like, did they say it's being done by NetherRealm's mobile team, or have they just said it's WB?
It's a small team, I think, in NetherRealm.
Because if it's not handled by NetherRealm, they could get a better writer for it, so it could end up being somewhat decent.
Well, I was hoping that because it's gonna, my headcanon is still that it's gonna be like all these different characters from different games. So I would love if it was just like stupid nonsense like what happened in the King Kano movie, where it's a bunch of what if like storylines that converge together.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a fun thing. I mean, I always go back. This is my main in what I know for gacha and stuff like that. Is like Fire Emblem Heroes has just a bunch of made up bullshit versions of characters. Not just like the ones where here's Corrin but in dressed as a witch. Not just that, they'll have ones where it's like here's this character if they were like possessed and evil. And it's like, well, that never happened. But what if though? So it could be cool to be like. What if like Scorpion was a wraith, or what if Bihan came back as an ice spectre instead of
What
a
if
wraith?
Melina was a vampire? Oh, we can just take that model from there.
What if Melina was the kid that lived for some reason? Like, what if Katana was like died early on or something? I don't know, it could be interesting.
Kano with human eyes.
What if Melina made out with Natara and became a vampire? Ooh, there we go. We can use that
She was a
skip now.
vampire in the mobile.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
It says here it's Warner Bros. Games has announced, so I guess if that's the case, somebody
There
at
you go.
Warner Brothers. It's hard to say NRS, but we'll see.
Well, no, if they said Warner Brothers Games, that's usually different. They're like the multiverses people. It does say WB Games, or does it just say product of WB when you start up a Mortal Kombat game? I know it says WB, but does it say Warner Brothers Games and then show NetherRealm, or does it say just WB? That would be our way of knowing.
I'm not used to say WB
not
game, but I'm not
100%
sure.
certain.
Well, then it could be either way then. Yeah, then we don't know for sure. If it said WB Games, then we don't know. It could still be a NetherRealm thing. I'm pretty sure... this is what people are saying. It's not confirmed, but people on Twitter are saying that it's a smaller team at NetherRealm working on it. Because they're like, people, don't freak out. They're still working on a bigger thing, very likely. This is just like
Yeah,
their
for
small
sure.
thing.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not worried about that at all.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it was just the team who did the MKX Mobile and just moving over to this game instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of making sure. Is MKX Mobile made by NetherRealm or is it made by a smaller team?
I'm pretty sure it's a smaller team within NetherRealm.
They have a lot of people, actually. NetherRealm has a pretty big... it's not the biggest, but it's bigger than certain people. Like, I think they have more people than 343 and stuff. So they got a bigger amount of developers than you think.
I'm looking up here. It does say 2015 video game developed by NetherRealm Studios, the Mortal Kombat mobile game. So perhaps I think it's more likely that this game definitely has like some NetherRealm influences and even maybe people working on it. I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact they talk about a story suggests that, and even mentioning that at all suggests that there'll be some significance placed on it.
Yeah. One last thing I want to add about the story of it is because right now we're thinking crazy, but also if you hold it back a bit, one thing that I think they could do is I used to play a game that was called Sidorica, and what you do in that game is that has a story mode, but if you unlock a character, you can then also unlock that character's personal story mode where it's like, okay, what's this character's origin? How did he get this ability, or what happened with her, and why she's like that in the story mode and stuff like that. I think they could do that with Mortal Kombat. It's like, okay, we can play through like, Scorpion's story, how he became Scorpion from Hanzo, or maybe even know more about lesser. That way we can know more about lesser characters and their origins and do something interesting with that. Maybe they could do
That
something
would be
like
cool.
that too.
I definitely don't see that happening, but it would be cool. That would definitely be awesome. I think it's going to be some generic, like, armies are fighting each other, you're the good guy army, and, like, somehow Katana's going to be in charge of your army, even if you don't have her on your team, and you're going to be, like, fighting against Shao Kahn's army or something. Or, actually, you can probably play as Shao Kahn, though, so that's going to be weird.
I feel like the best plot you could probably reasonably have would be something like you are Fire God Liu Kang, and there's some other threat that has come up after Shang Tsung and all that. And
Oh no, you're fighting the one being.
And probably yeah. And then you pull in characters from previous timelines into this reality to fight in your army to fight against the other one. So it's like all those they have evil versions of Kitana and Johnny Cage. While you've Johnny Cage, the Johnny Cage got Revenants, yeah, but also like made up ones. Like, what if Kitana was just an just evil Queen Kitana? Why not? What if the Johnny Cage got cancelled on Twitter? Those characters. While you've got the good guys. Here's the benevolent Emperor Shao Kahn and stuff like that. And you got all the good versions to fight the good.
Oh wow,
good girl Frost. Let's go.
Non-bitch Frost. Oh my gosh, that sounds cool.
And you've got all shit like that. I mean, it would be difficult to have, say, like 2021 Shang Tsung and say, oh, well, he's a good guy here, like, but you know, I think that's realistically the best we're going to get. Something like that, where using Chrono, you pull people from previous timelines, including ones we never saw, and then they could just throw out random shit like, here's the Raiden who did the flying kick at Liu Kang in the subway in that cutscene. He's gets to be a character. Here's the Liu Kang who was thrown inside what appears to be a Solnado in that scene. He's a character now. The one the Liu Kang gets thrown across the screen and that's all we see of him. He gets to be a character.
Yeah, all I was saying is
dumbest shit.
We need a villain that's brand new, because otherwise we're gonna want to play as them. So they got to make up some sort of like a force, like, but a lot of them. So you have like an army to fight, but it can't be Shao Kahn because you got to play as Shao Kahn. It can't be Shinnok because you want to play as Shinnok. So it's got to be some villain that's like either brand new or a villain so big that they can't make him a character, like the one being. Or something, or like or you're fighting the Elder Gods. It's the evil Elder Gods, you guys. It's the evil. I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be the Titans. It's gonna be the Titans. You're gonna be fighting the Titans.
That's very smart. That's very smart. Yeah.
Because the Tekken mobile game did something like that. They had an original character named Revenant who was like mind controlling some of the fighters. You have to beat them up and save them and get them on your team to
that
go
sounds like a fighting game plot.
Yeah, so it probably will be something like that. Something really fucking stupid.
Well, hey, as long as it's not as dumb as what they did with Dragon Ball FighterZ, where it's legit just evil dummy, not even evil versions, just literally mannequin versions of the heroes that don't do anything unless you engage them. Like, here's Piccolo, but he's got gray skin. Here's Yamcha, but he's got like gray skin. But like, they're only evil if you interact with them. Otherwise, they just kind of hang out. Yeah, it was so lazy. The laziest possible way to have like enemies.
I can't use my abilities unless the avatar comes into me. Yay!
Yeah, we are all filled with the Holy Spirit.
I will say, explaining it that way as to why, like, not all three people are going on stage fighting each other and why they have to like switch out. I think that's a cute way of explaining it, but in the story it is.
But the thing with that is you don't have to explain it. You can just accept that's how it is. Like, do you need to explain in MK9 why like? Scorpion's going to fight Setzer and Cyrax, but they're going to be honourable and take it in turns. Like, you don't need to explain that.
It's not just that. The plot device in Fighters was also because they had to justify why jobbers could take on characters as strong as like Cell and stuff. That's why they actually added that, because they admit that without the spirit inside of them, without the character, the player actually being inside of them, they're much weaker than their normal self. That's why, like, realistically, Mystic Gohan stomps Cell. Like, Cell's not I love Cell. But technically, Cell's not a threat to any modern Dragon Ball Z character. Like, he's just not. Like, they would steamroll him.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a way more interesting plot if it was that everyone's power levels have been nerfed and now everyone's on an even playing field.
That'd be easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so it's like the villains, if they're going to survive, they have to actually work together and not plot to overthrow each other, because fucking Krillin or Yamcha could beat the shit out of like Kid Buu, and it's like that could happen. So he has to like put aside all of his vanity or what have you to work with Cell and Frieza and that, and like that would have been a way cooler plot. You're like Dragon Ball Z, but if the story was good.
Yeah, I'm excited to like finish that, because I've kind of only played like 20% of it, I assume. So yeah, I'm not through that yet. But overall, it's just very boring currently.
It's super boring. It's the most boring story mode, and then when you discover you have to beat it twice to like get both endings or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's like a whole second route you have to do, and it's not even explained why there's a second route. I don't think it's just like there's a version where the characters are good, and there's the evil version where the evil guys win, pretty much, right? That's why there's two, but they never explain like the defining moment of why like why one outcome happens over the other. But it is what it is, I guess.
Just give me my 21 waifu and leave me alone.
I like how she's
Yeah,
canon now. She showed up in the Super movie, but just her human form.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, people like her, so I think it's a good plan, good idea.
She doesn't talk or anything, but they do confirm that like Dr. Gero did have like that was his wife or daughter, I forget.
And I don't know Dragon Ball lore.
They just show his wife.
didn't
They
finish-
show the wife as like a person in the
play much of it.
database. Like her image comes up when they're looking through the data files of like the Red
Yeah.
Ribbon people, and she's there. So we know that at least that part's canon.
There is. No,
There she
not
is.
like,
Oh.
that's
Yeah, yeah.
like in the
There she
movie, people are like,
Okay. Gentlemen, shall we finally segue into what the main point of this video was going to be, where we show off the thing?
Yes.
We talk about
I'm
the
just
stuff.
I'm just gonna end the mobile conversation by saying that I'm looking very forward to getting my SSR beach katana costume.
Nice.
Don't forget the SSR USSR costumes from MKX.
Oh, I get what you mean.
fun.
You're doing like the Cold War, like Cold
Yeah.
War katana, Cold War Melina. Okay, yeah, that'd be cool. I want to see Melina in a cute little Soviet hat.
So we have been going on for an hour and 40, so I think this should be our last conversation too. I think we could take the Smash or Pass one another time. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know if we mentioned it before, but one of the things we wanted to do in the first episode was a Smash or Pass on MK character, because at the time it was somewhat timely and relevant because we'd all been doing the videos like that, and so we wanted to do one like that as a group. But we always go over and for like 4 hours, and we just never had time to do it. So here we are, episode, what is this, like 5, 6?
five. We're on episode 5, yeah.
And we've still not done it.
One thing I was hoping to do in that episode was to literally bring up all your like dark histories as to what you stated in the videos, because I think because there was a couple of things I just wanted to mention that I thought was funny back then too. But yeah, well, another time for another day, I guess. Is that how you say it? I don't know.
Well, that topic could definitely be its own video. Like, it's a good idea because we're gonna do not just Smash or Pass. It's gonna be like the gender bin one we said or something. Like, where we're gonna put the female filter on like the
yes,
characters
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Wait!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a thing too. I think we can do like kind of both-ish or something. We'll see. We'll talk about this another time. Right now, we have important business to do, and that is to talk about our favorite fighting game costumes. At least that's
Yes.
what it should be.
And it's any
but
fighting game, everyone keep in mind, not just Mortal Kombat. Like, I'm gonna bring in some ones from other games just to be silly.
But also to mention, like, the fact is, I think all three of us misinterpreted what we were doing today. TrueUnderDawg thought is we're gonna be talking about the best fighting game skins, or just talk about great fighting game skins because of the Halloween theme. And I thought Halloween themes would talk about funny or interesting fighting game skins. And then the fourth stakes thought, how about we're going to talk about movie skins that can make it into the game that would look good. So we all have different interpretations about what we were supposed to be doing today, but who cares? That's just
Chat about skins, baby.
Yeah. Should I go first?
yeah. I think I'll say this one thing. I'm not the biggest like fighting game connoisseur, so I think a lot of the mainline stuff and whatnot I'm not 100% certain about, so I think I'll leave that to you guys, where I'm probably going to bring in the more obscure stuff that I can think of. Well, obscure that you guys know but maybe don't really know about, but at least I know one game you definitely will not know about. That'll be my finale.
So here we have Anna and her octopus skin, which is a one-off. It only appears in Tekken Tag Tournament 2. And it's such an out there and random costume because, like, why does she have this? But what I love about it, though, is that Anna is technically like a fashionista. So it is something she could wear on a runway. I could actually see like something goofy like this because I've seen way more revealing outfits than this on runways. So she could definitely pull it off. And the tentacles never stop moving during the fight too. They're always like kind of like wiggling.
It's a discount. I forgot the samurai character, but like he also has like tentacles too and stuff.
Well, Yoshimitsu has an
in Tekken
actual
7.
alien look, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the same game as this one where they could have been a good duo. It's like it's a different game that gave him that, which may call back to the Soul Calibur Yoshimitsu having a squid head for one of his costumes in Soul Calibur 3.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
That's a great thing you brought up. Thank you. See, it's a good Halloween themed skin right there. Great job. I will say probably I don't want to sound too horny, but like what do they call those things on the squid? Like the sucker
suction
cups?
You know.
Oh.
Yeah, like one of the suction cups on her boobs, I literally like thought it was like one of her nipples for like a second.
Oh, just straight up.
Just because it's like positioned like that, so I thought one of them might be like that.
We all know anime girls don't have nipples, you fool.
Yes,
They don't exist.
we've seen Kill la Kill. I think this is definitely one of the more like funny and out there skins, and yeah, I think.
Yeah, because I was thinking
very
because
interesting.
Halloween, I was thinking like an outfit they would normally never wear. So it's like I was going for like the most outrageous, like unique costumes that you're only gonna see once.
Yeah. I feel like we should give a little bit of love to like the NRS stuff since we are the Combat Kings.
Oh, for sure. I have an idea for
the
that.
Halloween and fun costumes that they have in the NRS games, I think are pretty good too. Like from the top of my head that I could think of, like they literally have Halloween themed skins in their games. So I think those are pretty fun. Aquarium, like the Aquaform, like Reptile, the Nurse Devora, Werewolf Johnny, and whatnot. My favorite, and I think Snake also likes this one a lot, is definitely the Witch Jade. Like,
that's great.
I don't know why. I'm not even really like, oh, witches are really cool lore, magic. No, I don't give a shit about that. I just think they look sexy. I don't know why that's the thing that I think of. It's just you have a witch costume, awesome.
Hot.
Like there's like a character in like Overwatch who's like called Mercy.
Mercy, Mercy, best girl.
It's so funny. It's so funny how we do that though. Now that you mention it, because witches used to be like so terrifying to people that just mentioning the idea of the word witch like scared people. It was like Voldemort because like they thought witches were very real and they were the most
Baba
satanic,
Yaga.
deadly, evil things. So the idea that we took them and went, ooh, here's a waifu. Look at my cute skirt and my broom and hat. Look at
Look
me.
how sexy she looks. It's like I was so happy I got this skin back in the day. I was like, oh, that looks so
I do
fucking
like
good.
this skin, but I'm kind of mad that she doesn't have like green skin or something.
I don't know if that Sombra has that from what I recall, the Frankenstein one where she just does.
Well,
like,
but even
dark green
witches
makeup.
have green skin, like in a lot of cartoon art and stuff. They have like not human looking skin,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. I can see
Jade,
that.
Jade in MK11 is like that.
which is clever
so
because
Jade
Jade,
Superior.
so it made perfect sense.
Aha,
And they did
Jade
Garrus as a Frankenstein,
superiority.
which is good too. And Frankenstein's not even
Yeah.
supposed to be green. Just a random lore fact for everybody.
Give it
He's supposed to be black and white.
No, he's supposed to have the color of dead skin, so he's like yellowish. In the actual book, he's described as like yellowish because he's got dead skin. Yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate with
Very
Jade that they gave her the broom staff.
Mm-hmm.
That was something really
Oh,
cool
yeah,
they did
yeah.
there.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, yeah.
Indeed.
I forgot. Like apparently in MK11. Yeah, go ahead. The next costume.
I was just gonna say it's the with the snake because he hasn't said one yet. That was all I was gonna say.
Gotcha.
There's a particular duo that I'm trying to find a picture of one of them. And I guess I can show you these because Dead or Alive costumes tend to come in like sets where like everyone will get one. Like
Okay.
here's everyone get dressed as a ninja. This is one of the themes they did for the women at one point.
Just flush pit.
It's just. yes, I was literally thinking about that.
They did that. I mean, it's
Oh,
kind of
It's
funny.
a Christmas present.
Right. Is that the idea? The rep.
Yeah,
Probably.
they have the bell and they have the bow on the side. Like that's an actual fetish thing here in America. I don't know if you'll have that, but that is actually like a lingerie
heard of
women
that.
can buy. Like women can buy lingerie like this where they're wrapped up like a Christmas present, and the idea is you unwrap them. That's an actual thing. Yeah.
Very, very clever. I'll use that word, clever. What about? I think we can just go in like random order of like whoever wants to say. I guess so. It's like
I want to
this
see it on
cool.
Tina, man. I want to see
Ah.
Tina wear this.
Here we go. Okay, so when Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z came out, because Yaiba and Dead or Alive are set in the same universe, they decided
Okay.
let's have some bonus costumes for DOA 5 to celebrate. So in that game, you're playing as this guy called Yaiba, and you're fighting zombies. So they gave Ryu Hayabusa this costume, which isn't loading. Oh no, it's there you go.
There we go.
And he's got a zombie wrapped around his back.
Wow.
That's really fun.
Awesome.
And then
That's a very interesting costume.
and then
You
for,
got two.
for Momiji, who's also in the game, they gave her this.
You know,
This
it
is
captures
just-
the essence. It captures the spirit of it. You know.
I mean,
Suppose.
it's I think they even they even put it in fucking Dead or Alive Extreme 3.
Well, of course you have to in Dead or Alive Extreme. You know, you got to do it.
That game, yeah.
DOX had a really funny one.
Man, in a different reality where NetherRealm didn't try to be more like mainstream and toned down and a bit more tame,
Yeah,
we could have
toned
had
down.
Mortal Kombat Extreme, where it's like just all the women doing like shenanigans and like swimsuits and stuff. We could have gotten that.
Yeah, MK9 was going that route, literally.
We're in the wrong timeline, damn it. This is the dark timeline.
Oh yeah, and here's a costume theme set they did for Dead or Alive Extreme. If I can just find a good image of it, yeah. So I don't know if you can really tell what this is, but the outfit consists entirely of soap suds.
Yes,
It's just bubbles.
That is so revealing. Oh my gosh. I thought it was like
This is Dead or Alive.
clouds or something. Yeah, I know. It is true. Or maybe it's even like a worse white thing that you can think of.
Oh no, she's covered in the juice, in the coom. No.
I think it's actually one of the OC. Yeah, it's one of the OCs because for some reason they had like 10 OCs in the latest game.
Oh, you're right, they did.
They've not even got all of the actual DOA girls in there. Like, because they did
dumb.
a poll. They did a
Yeah.
poll to get it. Yeah, like Tina's not in it. Lisa's not in it. But fucking Jailbait and Honkers made it in and got on the cover. They added Lei Fang later, and I think they brought back one other girl. But there's still like 7 girls or so that didn't make it in. But they keep adding all these shitty OCs that no. And one of those made it into the DOA 6 later, which is kind of cool. But that's it. Like even Lisa, who debuted in the first Dead or Alive Extreme, so she's kind of tied to the brand.
Yeah.
She's not in it.
That is so bizarre. For anyone like wondering why it's so shocking to me with Tina, if you're not a Dead or Alive player, Tina is like Big Booby McGee. Like that's like one of her things. She's like the
Yeah.
big. She's the cliche American character the Japanese envision, where it's like blonde cowgirl,
blonde.
huge
Like,
boobas,
okay.
American flag on her outfit. Like that's like what she is.
Yeah, believe it or not, when Dead or Alive started, there were only 3 girls in it.
Yeah.
You had you had Kasumi, the ninja girl. You had Lei Fang, the Chinese kung fu girl, and then you had Tina, the American big titty wrestler girl who was blonde after the first game. And you're like, and like she's been a staple of the series since the beginning. She didn't make it in because now we have this fucking schoolgirl with bigger tits than her.
I hate that character so much, only because she just uses other characters' moves, which like bothers me to like no end. Okay, well since we're doing Halloween. And Halloween is
can I add one
go ahead.
one thing about the Tina situation because I just thought it was pretty funny to mention. This is what I was doing when I was researching my '95 movie. Have you guys ever seen the Dead or Alive movie?
I have not.
Yes.
But I know that who plays
Okay.
Tina is
It's
the My Name
bad.
is Earl wife.
Yeah, as Tina, yeah.
My little cute connection was the very beginning of the movie. It kind of shows like each character having a little like fight section and whatnot. And when Tina shows up to fight on her yacht or boat, a bunch of pirates like come and try to like steal the boat, and she like beats them up. Do you know who the captain of the pirates are?
I do.
Yeah.
The captain.
Motherfucking-
See, the movie was produced by Paul W.S. Anderson, who directed the original Mortal Kombat movie. Therefore, Tina Armstrong's boat is attempted to be seized by Liu Kang.
Yep.
Robin Shu
himself.
He just shows up and he's like, yeah, I'm going to try and steal this boat. And then he shows up at the end too, and he's like, oh come, again? And just kicks his ass again.
That's right. Yeah, I remember watching that movie when I was super young, so I barely remember anything.
There's weird shit. They actually cast Kevin Nash, I think, as Bass, which is just awesome. There's stuff in that film that bugs me, but now's not the time.
Yeah. Take it away, JoJo.
So what I wanted to say is that because it's a Halloween episode and Halloween is known for being spooky and scary, how about I bring back what is considered to many the worst Mortal Kombat costume to ever exist, which is why I ironically want it to come back. Like I genuinely want to see them try it again and do it well. But it's this one. This is like considered the most hated. No, the alternate for Sub-Zero in Deception, where he's got a bald head with a ponytail on the back.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
People
What's wrong
hate
with it?
this one.
It is.
Like they
It's
despise it.
It's interesting. The thing is, I've never seen this before actually, so that's interesting.
Yeah, because no one never uses it when they play Sub-Zero. No one picked it. It's like, it doesn't help that in Deception, his default is such a fire costume that like nobody would want to pick anything else. In fact, when they first showed the leak for Mortal Kombat 11 and leaked the roster and all the characters weren't finished yet, so you saw like early versions of their character models, and a lot of them are missing stuff. Like Aaron Black didn't have his mask. I think some like I think Kung Lao's hat might have been missing or whatever. Frost was missing her hair. And some people straight up thought that Frost was just going to be bald. And I thought, dude, what if they give her this design where she's like not bald, but she's going to have like the ponytail in the back, like the old Chinese like warrior haircut thing going on? Because that's Lin Kuei, they're Chinese. So I thought maybe they're going to do that. Yeah. And I had like some headcanon for it. But no, they just hadn't loaded the hair yet. It just wasn't on the model for some reason. Yeah. Also, Frost was blue too. She was actually blue in that, or purple. Like her skin was like the wrong color, which I thought was cool too, because like in the comics she's solid blue at one point. So I thought they were gonna go for that, but nah.
Interesting. Yeah, it's a very interesting skin. I never even knew this existed. I could see why people wouldn't be too in game. It doesn't look too shabby, I guess, but
it's just a bald.
People don't like the bald. I think the fact that it's bald is gonna make people be like, kind of a thing. Yeah.
That's the only reason people don't like it is he's bald.
Come on, guys! Like people like Zuko. Like why can't we have bald people in our fictions anymore? Huh?
But everyone likes long hair Zuko more though. Like all the women get like wet over long hair Zuko.
Yeah,
his season 3 design is the best. So I guess I'll go next. So I'm gonna bring back a classic. I'm sure you guys all know this game. But it is Marvel vs. Capcom 3 alternate skins. So I really like a lot of the skins that they have, but I wouldn't say they're like great for bringing up in this video. Like some of them are just like like a different version of Chris Redfield, like the better Joe Valentine skin, and some Marvel comic shenanigans. But I do have 3 that I think is quite interesting. I can't find them right now for some reason. Here we go. So first one we've got is the Amaterasu skin.
I knew it.
Yeah. I think it's like it's literally like painting the fur on the wolf. So I think that's a pretty cute skin that it has. Funny enough, when I was a kid, when I first saw this, I was like, "That's such an ugly skin. What the freak is this supposed to be? I have no idea what this is. Horrible. Absolutely dumb." And when I'm grown up, I'm like, "Oh, John Talbot. Oh, yeah. That is so smart. That's so clever. I do like that one." Yes. The other one that I have here is this one isn't really even that clever in the grand scheme of things because like he does this in his own game. But yeah, basically Mega Man Frank West. So just Frank West wearing a Mega Man skin. So I think that's kind of a cute one. I don't have any other like Infinite Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite skins, but I do think he does have a cute one in there, which is the it's not Mega Man, it's Pow Man, the red.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I found it. The red suit one. And
it's
the last one I've got here.
Super.
That's right. I kind of remember that.
Yeah, because I think. Because he had the Mega Man suit in Dead Rising 1, and I think the other one is what he had in Dead Rising 2 Case West. Because they always have a different one in each one, except they brought the Mega Man X1 back for Dead Rising 4, but as a power suit, and there's a Zero one there as well, and it's kind of lame, but it's just it is fun having those costumes. I think one of them. No, I think of Devil May Cry where you get like the Mega Man jump when you have the Mega Buster equipped.
The Buster, yeah.
Yeah, I love that when you change animations and stuff like that.
Well, since we're bringing up like wearing different costumes and stuff, earlier we talked about how like Morgan always sneaks into every game like with a costume somehow, right? Like she's always going to be in there. And you mentioned, man, other Darkstalkers deserve a fair shake. Are you aware that in Street Fighter V, the Egyptian like mummy dude made it in? With a alternate costume.
Ooh.
So
yes.
Manat actually has his design. She even has his snake hand.
That's cool.
But it's based on like his supporting character. I think like his bride or something is what it is.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's because I think she only appears like his ending in one of the games or maybe like an intro animation. But
I can see why he married her.
Or it might be. It's either that, or it's like another character who is mentioned in his story but never shows up. Because I watched Thorgy's Arcade, where he was like building a roster for a new Darkstalkers, and he talked about it at length as like a new character. So watch that video if you want to know what's going on, because I don't know what's going on. I'm just
Darkstalker lore is crazy. It's every character has like such a weird like story and whatnot.
Yeah,
but it's pretty awesome. I see that they're the character Dan Heron, I think that's what she's called apparently. Like, see her design here. Very cool.
Oh dang! Well, then that means he didn't quite make it in. It's just his like wife.
It's a
instead.
reference in a way, I guess. So yeah, there you go. And Anna Karis didn't make it in. That's
Oh,
a
did
very
you,
weird and interesting character.
Did you know
What?
also? Here's a funny one. I got to bring this up because this will be a funny conversation starter. So, y'all know about Lilith, right? Like Morgan's like
Yeah,
sister.
the sister. Yeah.
I know. Like apparently it's gonna be a boy at some point, but
Are you going to say the fact that
No. Well, I did this because I thought it was a part of her that kind of like came out.
It
so
is,
it's not
yeah.
necessarily like actually a sister. That's what
it's
I
a
meant,
part
not
of
the
her
boy
that was
part.
held back because she's too powerful, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this about the fact that Jory had her costume in Street Fighter 5?
But there's a funny factoid about it though. Do you notice anything about this?
It makes her chest smaller, doesn't it?
It goes away. Yeah, she doesn't have boobs, just like Lilith, because
Is
Lilith
that the thing
like,
that is?
well, so Lilith in the actual game, right? She is like a certified A cup. Like she's got very small boobies, right? Itty
Okay.
bitty titties, right? But here's the
Okay,
funny
yeah.
thing. In this game, that's how Juri looks by default when you equip this outfit. Normally, Juri has big boobas, right? But when you wear the outfit, they're small. Here's the funny thing, though. The developers have it to where if you hold down a certain set of buttons before the round starts, she gets her normal boob size with this outfit. So there's a literal boob code to give Juri
That's
back
so
her
funny.
boobies. Yeah, and I remember like... I don't know if it was Infiltration or who it was that was playing her. And he's like, Judy in Street Fighter 5, when you wear this outfit, she gets nerf. She gets nerf. And I was like, oh man.
She get nerfed.
It's a good outfit though. I like the outfit a lot. It looks good on Jury. But yeah, let me show you the code. So if you put the code on, she gets them back. I'll just show you an image where like she just has boobs.
It's the shirt itself has the ability to like what do you call it? Like pull it back. But then like once you put the code back, like the shirt will like tricky bring it back.
Yeah, by default she's very true to the actual cosplay. We're assuming she taped down her boobs or something to look more like the actual character.
Yeah.
But if you
Very
hold
interesting.
and that code exists for other things too, not just for Jury. Like you can do a code to get Alex to put on his flight jacket with his classic outfit. You can do a code to for Urian, if you do the code, Urian's just naked like he was in Street Fighter 3, wearing just like the tiny little banana hammock if you hold down the buttons. Yeah.
I think Cammy's Jill outfit and Colleen's Ada outfits, they get different outfits when you do that. Like Jill, for Jill, it's like you get the Resi 1 and 3 outfits, and with Ada, it's 4 and 6. So you actually get
really
different
cool.
costumes by doing that.
That's actually very cool to do that, because Jury's is simple. She just gets boobs back. It's not very hard to code, but to give entirely different looking like outfits is cool, or to add on accessories. It led to some controversy though, because certain characters like Ibuki have this disgustingly ugly scarf they added to her classic outfit unless you use the code to get rid of it. So by default, her classic nostalgia outfit is just wrong, and you have to hold the buttons down to get correct Ibuki from Third Strike. And that bothered people.
Oh.
Jury has her classic
interesting.
outfit from 4 and 5, but it has this stupid vest jacket on the top of it, and you have to hold the buttons down to get rid of it and have her actual Street Fighter 4 outfit. And that also pissed off people. Like, they had accessories for no reason on the nostalgia outfits.
I'm not gonna lie, like this all sounds really fun and all, but like I do feel like just do a left and right, like change costume in the select
Yeah.
screen, I think would have been
Oh, yeah.
more simple. Like one or two of these, fine, that's funny Easter egg, but like that's a lot of characters who have literally accessories to make characters look better or not.
Yeah, not to mention, Sonic, the amount of buttons you have to hold down to actually activate it is stupid. It's like 5 buttons. You have to hold down up on the D-pad, both the bumpers, I think, and triangle. And you have to hold it the whole time, like from the character select all the way until the round actually starts. So it can be like a solid 30 seconds of just holding the buttons, and you're like, oh, God.
Dead or Alive 3 did something like that, where if you pressed X or Y when you're selecting the character, you could get variants. Like Lei Fang's classic outfit, the red dress, you could get different colours like white or blue by pressing different buttons. Then with DOA Ultimate, they changed it so that those were just separate costumes, and press a different button to change the hairstyle. So she have it with the braids in or long hair. But then I think with Dead or Alive 5, they just changed it so now it's just when you pick your character, you pick. You just have a little thing saying, do you want the character with glasses on? Which hairstyle do you want? And with the women, you can change what colour their underwear is. So
It's important.
Okay, cool.
It's important
because
to
it's
have
Dead
that
or
option. I
Alive,
agree.
they have to do that, you know.
Yeah, I know. Nice, you showed the Darkstalker characters in Street Fighter, the costumes. That's
Yeah,
pretty
they have a
cool.
lot. They have like 6 in total, which is there's even more actually. There's a fire god, like the boss character. You can beat
I
him
remember
also,
that.
but he's banned though. You can't wear that costume in a tournament because he like has the cool like fire effect around him, and like parts of him like cut away and disappear like in the actual game. So like it's impossible to see certain parts of his limbs during attacks. So it's like completely banned because it's like just an unfair attack. Yeah.
That fire character from Darkstalkers is literally Blaze if they decided to not like kill him off after Armageddon.
Yeah.
Because that's what he was in the original game, but after that it's a new boss and he just becomes a character in Darkstalkers. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Snake, walk us through this one because you posted it. Walk us through this.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So this is like a Bride of Frankenstein outfit for Cammy.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
And it's really cool.
It's really cool. I thought it was his corpse bride, but that's really cool.
I assume that. Right. I mean, it could just be a corpse bride. I assume. I guess that would make sense, but it could be anything really. It could just be we want to do a zombie Cammy. What cool outfit could we put her in? Well, Nina Williams has a wedding dress. Let's give Cammy one. It could be anything.
Give everybody
I do
the
prefer the
dress.
idea of her being Bride of Frankenstein, though. I would genuinely prefer that. Cammy is just such a perfect character. I love Cammy. You can do so many fun things with her, but at the same time, she's like iconic because like she's got a very basic look that works. I love Cammy White. She's great.
That's her as Fiona from Haunting Ground, which is that's like a cult classic survival horror game from around like 2004 or 5 on the PS2, and like it's really cool that they put her in there. The only thing it's really missing is that it doesn't have Huey the dog.
Yeah, just following you around.
It needs to give it to a character who has a dog of some sort, because that dog is so cool. He transcended his own game and appeared in Resident Evil 4. Actually, on the boss fight. That's canon. That's awesome.
When you just said the word Fiona, the first thing that popped into my head was Shrek's wife.
Yeah,
fucking bitch.
So
to be fair,
I was like,
is the
Fiona,
superior character.
oh? Yeah. So I was mentioning like Mega Man because even I'm not a really big Street Fighter guy, so I barely know anything about it. But what I do know is that apparently there were like a bunch of Mega Man skins in the game.
Yeah. Like Rashid as Windman, that was a fun one.
Because I remember seeing like this comic of someone making like a joke because you can wear these skins in the story mode cutscenes. Yeah, so it's like you see like a bunch of weird crossovers of these characters in the cutscene. It makes it for like a very, very funny image from what I recall.
That's what MK needs to do. Instead of having all the cutscenes be pre-rendered, let us use our customized versions of the characters. Because then I could say, well, this Scorpion's meant to be from MK9, so let me put him in the MK9 costume, or this Jade looks like shit, I'm going to put her in green. Or just go all out and go, I'm going to put everyone in bright pink, because why not? Like that, like Street Fighter's like if you want the story to be that like Mega Man and like Dante and Jill Valentine are all teaming up to fight like Pyron or whatever the fuck, you can do that. You can make that change if you so desire. You can put everyone in nostalgia costumes. You can just give everyone different colours. Like, you don't even need to use mods or anything. You just do that, and it's so cool. Why don't other fighting games do this?
That does sound very fun. Yeah,
they're just not smart enough. We can't all be the genius that is for Snake. But yeah, they're all really, really clever. I have a good one. So again, it's horror themed, right? Let me show you all a horrifying costume that I think is just complete garbage, at least in my personal opinion. And I think they only exist to be goofy anyway, but you can't even tell who these characters are, which is interesting to me. I want you all to try and guess who these even are.
Oh, it's Ryu and Chun-Li.
Really?
Can you tell it's Chun-Li at all, though?
No.
That is Chun-Li,
No.
and that's Ryu. Yeah.
But what is this supposed to be Halloween themed at all? It just seems like they're wearing casual.
It's just hip hop, but I'm saying like it's Halloween in the sense that like it's these weird hip hop costumes they gave them. They were like really bizarre and tone deaf and just really bad. I'm not sure if you can tell because of the stance, but Ryu has a Flavor Flav giant clock around his neck.
Oh,
he has the Flavor Flav watch, and they're just bad costumes, honestly.
Yeah.
People just wear them ironically.
You actually just reminded me about the it's been a while, but like there was like this mobile promotional game or something like that, and they had all the Street Fighter characters looking like super hip hoppy.
Yeah.
That looked good. I really do like those designs, which was just for a mobile game, sadly.
Even Street Fighter 6. Even Street Fighter 6 is like more hip hop themed, so they're actually doing it correctly now.
True.
Yeah.
And we have Velma as a witch. Just throwing that in there because
she looks good. Like it's a good looking. Again, witch skins are a bit of my soft spot, so that looks pretty good.
I mean, let's be real. That bison is like the best bison has ever looked.
Oh.
He's got so much swag.
One
would not
Piece
be
general
surprised.
suit.
One Piece, yep. I would not be surprised if to make these designs, they just kidnap somebody who worked on Guilty Gear Strive. Because all these just look like Guilty Gear Strive character models for Street Fighter. Like, 100%.
Oh yeah, the is that guy called Gilly, the one with the Sonic Boom, Gilly or Guile?
Guile, yeah.
It's Guile, right? Am I right? Okay.
It's Guile.
I heard somebody said like Guile was literally wearing a JoJo costume.
Yeah, it's just Polnareff. Straight up.
Ah, that's right.
I love how they're keeping
So-
the tradition going of like putting really baggy clothes on small girls. Like Sakura and Cammy have like the poofiest like outfits possible. Vega's just
Baggy
fucking Vega. They
jeans.
barely even changed Vega. He just looks like Vega in the back. Oh well. Okay, now we have Dead or Alive again. Oh, with the Red Riding Hood. Yes.
Red Riding Hood, is that a mermaid
Oh, and
suit
Mermaid.
on the bottom?
Little Mermaid. Yeah.
Yeah, like they would do like a set of Halloween costumes every year, and there were points where they got a bit lazy and recycled some, but there's some fun ones.
Yeah.
I love. What is that one like gay porn thing where the guy's in the locker room trying to start shit with the other guy in leather?
We call that Gachigasm, but I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the fuck you, not fuck you, little boy.
Yeah. Well, that's what Hayates were in here. Look at him.
The leather store is 2 blocks down. I almost have them memorized. It's so funny. When I first saw the skin that you just showed here, I literally just thought of Jin. I was like,
just Devil Jin.
No, yeah. Discount Devil Jin because it's like Jin wearing a Devil Jin cosplay.
I feel so uncultured because when Snake brought up the locker room and then Sonic knew what he was talking about, I am completely in the dark and don't know a thing that you're talking about, but that could be for my benefit. That I don't know what y'all are even talking about.
It was a big thing back in like Forsen, like the Twitch streamer and stuff like that. It was like a giant meme and stuff like that. So it's like that's why people knew about it. It's so weird, but it's so fun. People are so dedicated to that memes. It's like it's a cult basically. It's very interesting.
I thought you were just going after like Yaoi or something, or Yuri.
It's
like
kind
the
of
women just love the guy on guy stuff.
You know Ricardo, right? Ricardo Millers.
The guy in the Speedo.
Yeah, that the dance and stuff like that. That's kind of part of that whole like meme culture and stuff like that. And that one especially got popular. So imagine that, but like with all these different other like gay porn videos, basically. Yeah. So I'm somehow going to keep bringing back Mega Man because there's one more I had that I think is kind of funny from Marvel vs. Capcom. So Mega Man or Mega Man X did not make it in, and people really wanted them. So they did the next best thing, and they made Zero have a Mega Man X skin. It literally is just looks like that in the game. So that was pretty funny. It's like there's your Mega Man X, guys. That's so funny. That was the biggest controversy back then. And then it's like, guys, we brought him back in Infinite, so that's a good game, right? We brought Mega Man X in, right, guys?
Yeah, when I saw that, it bothered me because everyone wanted Mega Man X, and then like you said, it's like the controversy. Abigail got a really good one. I guess I can show that one just to bring it up. So do y'all know Abigail in Street Fighter 5?
Yeah.
Do y'all know how he looks?
Yep. The huge
Not too
guy.
sure. I'll look it up.
Yeah, just type in Street Fighter 5 Abigail. So you know how...
He looks like a Fist of the North Star character. He's that swole.
Yes. He's very silly looking too, though. He's like very goofy looking. I think he even has like a maple leaf like in his hair or something. Yeah, his hair is a maple leaf because he's Canadian.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Because that's what people do.
Very
They cut their hair into their flag. That's why if I move my hair, I have the stars and stripes now. But so anyway, his Halloween costume is dope though. It's so good that everyone uses it. It's like his default that you see at tournaments. He's a giant fucking
That looks
Cyclops,
good.
and it's
I
really
like that.
cool.
I
And
like that more than his
Abigail,
default, actually.
It's way better than his default. That's his best costume. I wish you could see him next to a regular sized fighter, Sonic, so you can see how he's like twice the size of everybody else. So like the Cyclops outfit is so fitting. Like it's just great.
I can see in the game. Like I can see he's even standing next to like Zangief, and he's still 1.5 bigger than him. Oh yeah, I can see the size is here.
He's freaking massive.
Double the size, yeah, basically.
Here's a fun one worth bringing up. This is like a very obscure one, but it's a cool thing to bring up in the essence of Halloween. And y'all have shown like outfits where people cosplay and stuff. So this is next level because this character doesn't actually cosplay the outfit, but the outfit has an alternate color that's a giant reference to a past game they worked on. So in Street Fighter V, one of Cammy's outfits is just like her wearing like an elite kind of like, you know, sexualized Spec Ops outfit, right? But one of the colors is from a game that Capcom also worked on. See if you can notice this color scheme right away.
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
So she's dead ass just Cyclops, like straight up just Cyclops, which is amazing.
And it just changes the color.
Yeah, and even the
and they just change
visor's
the color
red.
and boom, it's done. Yeah, so smart. It looks great. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, Skullgirls does that a lot. They have like Skullgirls even has a bunch of MK ones. Like one of the characters just has Jade's color scheme. They do all kinds of shit.
I heard about. Yeah, I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
They definitely do that a lot in Skullgirls, because Skullgirls is great. It's like a game made by fans, but just happens to also be a really competent fighting game in its own right. But it's definitely made by fans of fighting games.
Dead or Alive, Attack on Titan. Attack on Titans is collabing with so many weird games. It's so jarring.
Yeah, DOA5 did tons of collaborations. That's just one of them. Like one of the more weird ones. They even had a stage they added into the game. Like that Titan is from the stage, and you can launch the opponent into the Titan to attack them.
Oh, I didn't even know about that. That's really cool, actually, though. I like that way more than the dumb, like, Call of Duty one that happened, or the Battlefield one. I forgot what it was. One of the games added, like, Attack on Titan.
I think the reason for this is because Koei Tecmo was also making those Attack on Titan games.
Oh, that's smart, yeah.
What did they do with the Ghost Lady? Does she actually have the outfit on at all? Oh, it is. It's just all green.
Yeah.
You just can't tell. Okay.
What is the reference to that, anyways? I'm an Attack on Titan elite fan. I'm not even too sure what's that a reference to.
What? The Ghost Lady?
The Ghost Lady.
No, that's
just a Dead or Alive
just,
character.
Yeah, it's just.
Okay, so she's not wearing. Okay.
She's a boss character, and she's, ironically enough, the only character in the game. Fun fact about Dead or Alive, tiny little segue, I promise to keep it fast. Dead or Alive is one of the few games where characters have weights, like different weight classes. So some characters can't be launched as high, and you can't get as good at combos on them. So Bass, for example, is heavier than everyone else, so like you can't do as long of combos on him. That boss character is the only featherweight in the game. She's the lightest character in the game, and you can do the best combos on her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's the Pichu of the game. Got you. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, this is cool too.
That's cool. You got the Jungle Wusong. Yeah, the characters there. I can never say the English version of that series. I always just say it in Chinese because I don't. It's like Dynasty Warriors, I know, but I remember there's another way of putting it.
Ooh, woo! Look at me. I'm Sonic. I know Chinese.
well,
it's fine, Havoc. Come on.
well, these ones are Samurai Warriors. But
Samurai
basically,
Warriors,
yeah, because Samurai Warriors had its 10th anniversary around that time, so they put in a bunch of costumes from it.
Very cute.
And one of the fun ones actually is if you just see Ayane down there in her yellow outfit, she's dressed as Nene. That's because she's also a ninja lady who wields dual knives and has the same voice actor.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so there's some fun references here and there.
Nice.
The ghost lady is changed there. I see. That's quite interesting.
Only Snake would know that because Snake does like all the groundwork and all the research for stuff. This voice actor is this voice actor.
Well, yeah. Here we have. This is a bathtub, not a nurse suit, right? I got confused with the head piece. I thought it was a nurse suit.
Yeah, she's wearing a bath towel. This is Naotora from Samurai Warriors when they put her as a guest character in DOA 5, and she's actually one of the best characters.
Very cute.
They gave her this outfit, and she also has that as an outfit in Samurai Warriors as well. I forget which one of these two came first.
So I'm gonna stop talking about Marvel vs. Capcom because that's all the skins I've got, and I'm gonna transition to another series, which I think is pretty good to talk about for a Halloween-themed episode. Now, I thought of this series because when people bring up like, oh, obscure, weird, awesome skins, they will always bring up this one skin. But I found out that this series has like a lot of interesting other ones too, so I'm gonna slowly bring them all up. And that series that I'm talking about is Killer Instinct. So here we have Saber Wolf in a Rudolph costume, basically. and then I'll just bring up the one that I was mentioning. You guys probably also know about this cheerleader, Riptor.
I didn't know about this one.
I didn't.
Really, this is really popular. Like people mention this one for like obscure and funny skins. They just gave her a cheerleading costume. it's very.
I like it.
Yeah, it's very very funny. Other than that, I have the. Do you know the character Gargos?
Yeah.
Gargos. Yeah, Gargos, the
main villain.
Demon. Yeah, demon who has lived for a little too long, maybe. He's got a lovely clown suit.
I have seen that one.
Yeah, it reminds me of the what is that game called where you play as a clown and you drive a car and like destroy things? Something
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal, yeah.
Twisted Metal, yeah. It reminds me of like the Twisted Metal character basically. The main character, really.
Sweet Tooth, the rival of Kratos from God of War in PlayStation All Stars.
Yes.
You destroyed my ice cream! I'm gonna kill you!
Well, Sweet Tooth is very evil in the actual games. Like his only goal in life is like to kill his daughter or something because she's the only one that's escaped when he murdered his family. Like something
it's a random
dark like
woman,
that.
I think. I don't think it's like her daughter actually, just a random girl who escaped from her. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pretty dark shit. I actually also like the skin, the fact that like even the wings are like twisted like that.
The wings are like the best part. Yeah.
Look at this. You look at his mask. It actually looks like something that you would see in a horror game. Like it's really well done.
Yeah,
You could see that being in like Until Dawn or something.
I do think Killer Instinct is like one of the perfect games that you can mention in Halloween. It's because like half the rosters are just like monsters and awesome like demonic shenanigans. Like I think Killer Instinct has like literally one of my favorite characters, Hisako. Such an awesome character, like design and everything about that. I would put her on the list, but it's not a costume; it's the character herself.
Yeah.
So that's a little too bad. Next one I've got is Idol. I think that's what he's called.
Yeah.
The creepy two-headed guy. This guy, like, very creepy design. I do like him on his baseline, but he's got a couple of pretty good like. Pretty good Halloween shenanigans.
I adore that because the original design, he just had two heads that had one eye each.
Yes.
So, but when they brought him back for the reboot, they decided, okay, what if he fought Gargos, who chopped him in the head, split his head in two, and when he got resurrected by what's his name, the Babylonian guy, Kanra, I think it is. I believe it's him. Brought him back, so he comes back and his head is still split in two, but now he's basically got two heads, and that's why he's got two heads with one eye each.
And he has like two personalities because of that too, basically.
Yeah, it's such a good thing.
One's a mage and one's a melee. Yeah, it's really clever idea.
He bonks his own head to do it is the funny part too. Like I think he punched himself in the face, right, to like switch his personalities, which is really funny too.
Yeah. Yeah, Killer Instinct like takes these old designs and like enhances them and do really cool things with them. I appreciate that. So the first one I've got here of him is a doll skin. Makes him like more of like
Idol.
Really good, yeah.
Idol. Yeah. And then the other one I have is a great Halloween skin because it literally is one head has like a pumpkin head basically, and the other one's like a mummy. It literally is like Idol, like Idol
boss.
Idol like dressing up for like Halloween. So I think that's really nice. The last Killer Instinct character that I have is this one's definitely more of like the funny one, and it's one of the guest characters that was in the game, and it's the Battletoad guy, Rash. So the one that really interests me, because he's the character who has like all the funny skins. Oh, you can think of something interesting or Lamau funny, just let him wear it. Get him a king crown, get him like a disco design and stuff like that. The one that really caught my eye was he's wearing the Conker's Bad Fur Day hoodie, and he's wearing like the Banjo-Kazooie like shirt. It's pants. It's amazing, and it's also Microsoft, so that's why it makes sense. And it's just like, wow, what a reference!
Yeah, because Battletoads and the original Killer Instinct were made by Rare, just like them. It all comes together. That's brilliant.
It's very clever.
What a cool skin! Like what a fun and crazy skin. So, yeah,
I have this game. I want to play it now.
One of the reasons I look up this game all the time is because of Maximilian can't stop talking about it. So I'm like, it's a pretty awesome game. So I have one more left, and but I'll let you guys carry it away for now because like this one's really fun. The one that I saved.
I don't know if I have any more.
Well, we went through Street Fighter and Dead or Alive. We didn't really go in one Tekken skin. So
yeah,
you can.
I'm not really going into Tekken and Soul Calibur. We can still do that. But I've got this. I got this. So this isn't a fighting game character, but it does connect. Trust me. So this is
cool.
This is Scheherazade from Agents of Mayhem, that weird Saints Row spin-off they did. That is still a better Saints Row continuation than the actual Saints Row continuation. Anyway, the game has tons of alternate skins. A lot of them are references. So her actual alternate costume is this one, which is called Reptile Eyes. It's not Reptile, unfortunately. But
Reptile.
Is it loading? I don't think it's loading. I'll just copy the.
Check out these. Check out this sick reptile eye there. Right, I can see that.
That is a reptile eye.
That is
There you
reptile eye.
So you can see why it's called reptile eyes and what it's a reference to.
Yeah, snake eyes.
Yeah. From
You better know.
I don't want to be wrong about the GI.
Ninja Turtle, that's even better. The Ninja Turtle one's awesome.
Terrapin Terror, and then it's Terrapin Terror.
No, okay, I'm not wrong. I knew it was GI Joe.
And this one is Killer Cold.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's
Even the
cute. I like
scar.
that.
And what's great is the thing is, so it's I know they probably weren't going for this, but this is how I view it because her hands and feet are both covered in ice. And the only time Sub-Zero had that was his third costume in MK4 because he had the mask, he had the scar, he had the ice arms and legs. He had that, and so that's basically what that costume is. I think that's great. It's really cool.
It is really cool. I mean, Saints Row was goated. Got the Sub-Zero skin.
Yeah.
Back when they really liked those games and they weren't afraid to be super goofy and silly. Yeah.
Am I not mistaken? Wasn't there like a new Saints Row that came out that like bombed super hard or something?
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing ever. It doesn't even know like what its audience would want in a game. It's like super confusing. It also plays bad too. The gameplay is also trash. So you can't even like fall back on that. Like it's all bad.
Another GTA remake situation.
Just play Agents of Mayhem. It actually has 4 Saints Row characters in it. You just play as Johnny Gat and Kinsey Kensington with all these cool costumes.
Huh. That is
Sick.
cool.
So and Braddock is another character with a lot of really cool skins. Oh damn it! The wiki's doing that thing where they're on like a weird gallery thing you can't properly.
Oh yeah, that sucks. Wiki gallery is like a nightmare sometimes.
Yeah, because like this is character. She's like the tough as nails soldier woman. So she has a recolor where she's covered in mud called Going Dutch.
Cool. I wish she had a Sonya Blade one.
Because obviously that's Predator. She has one called the Mayhem Soldier. That's just the Winter Soldier. She has one where she's dressed. One where her recolor is based on Bishop from X-Men, and then her alternate costume is just Vasquez from Aliens, just straight up. She even has the pulse rifle and everything. It's so cool.
Interesting.
That does sound cool.
For context, so Soul Calibur 4 had a bunch of manga artists design characters. Right, and they just designed a bunch of original characters. One of them was really funny because it was the creator of Sergeant Frog, and he just made like a cousin to one of the Sergeant Frog characters, and then had this character show up in Sergeant Frog. So it's just canonical.
Oh really? Wow,
Yeah.
that's really. Have you? Okay, again, this is my Chinese brain. So when you say Sergeant Frog, you're talking about Keiroto, right?
Yes.
Okay, because that's what it's called in like Japanese and or Chinese, I think. We just call it Keiroto. But yeah, that was my childhood basically. So
yeah, so it's
pretty cool.
It's Angol Faye. She's like the cousin of Angol Moi, and like that's the idea. And like, and it's like it's just this weird character the creator just made, and then she's canon to Sergeant Frog.
Let me see.
Carol.
She's you're talking about she's the sister of the one who wants to destroy the Earth with like.
Yeah,
1 out of 1,000 power girl, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all coming back to me. Oh, so that's interesting.
so then for Tekken 6, they decided to have a bunch of manga artists design, instead of characters, costumes for existing characters. And this is what Masashi Kishimoto, the Naruto creator, made for Lars.
Wow.
Ooh.
And then, in one of the later Naruto games made by Bandai Namco, they put Lars in that costume.
That's the, what do you call it? Is that Ultimate Ninja Storm, if I'm not mistaken?
Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, I believe.
Right? There's like that one character who was like not Naruto's in there. Is that him?
Yeah.
Ultimate Ninja Storm.
Yo, I was always wondering who
that
that is. I was always wondering who that character is. It's like, oh, cool guest character. I have no idea who this is. Oh, that's so cool. Yo, you're literally tugging my childhood like memories right now. It's like, what is? Oh my gosh, these references and whatnot. Bringing back the frogs and whatnot. I can start sharing mine first because I don't need to share all of it yet. So my last game that I plan to share is going to be a very obscure game that I'm sure none of you have played, and it's called JoJo Eyes of Heaven. Because this game, whatever the gameplay and how the story sucks, whatever, it has probably some of the best like JoJo fan service out there. And like, so let me think of like there's some basic ones that you can think probably they might do. So you got like, I don't know, Caesar wearing like a Zeppelins like hat. It's like that sounds like a good skit. So,
That's good.
so they have that. They even have Speedwagon with that too. A lot of the things you can think that happened in the story or when they were looking like that, like they do put that in the game. Or like, let me see what else I've got here. Oh, you got like you got so many different versions of like Dio. You have Dio like the baseline one. You have it when he sucks Joseph's blood and turns into like the punk hair design version. And you have one of my favorites, Shadow Dio, who literally is just like blacks out his face and like he looks like this throughout like the whole entire part. By the way, fun fact, have you guys heard of a game called this one's like a very old game. 19 let's see, Capcom. It's like a very old Capcom
the
game.
Capcom JoJo one, is it?
Yeah, it's got a heritage for the future. Have you guys heard about this game?
Yeah.
So this game is very like what's the word to use? Very creative in terms of how they put the characters in the game, because it's like 99% all the characters are from Part 3 because that's the base of the game. But what interesting characters that they have are like Joseph from Part 2 and Jotaro from Part 4. That's like the only other characters I can think of that are from Part 3. And in that game, they have a lot of like same characters. So you will have characters like Dio, and literally the 3 skins I said are all separate characters in that game, and they all play differently, and they all have like how strong they are on the tier list. And that game goes really obscure with what characters they have. Do you remember the Anubis fight where like the stand is how if you hold the sword you're controlled by Anubis?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember that fight.
Yeah.
The first guy who holds the Anubis sword when it's all full before it gets broken, you can play as him. You can play as the hair salon guy who was cutting Polonarv's hair who held his sword. And you can also play as Polonarv, who is evil, who was holding the Anubis sword and controls differently from base Polonarv and stuff like that. It's very crazy how they use the same characters but with different movesets. Anyways, back to Eyes of Heaven. You can play as all the I forgot what do you guys remember what the Joruno's group is called, with like Bruno and their gang?
Bruno. Oh damn! What is it called now?
It's not the Persone, because I remember that's the enemy team, right? The enemy guys. It's
For some reason, when I think about it, what pops in my head is familiar, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's Fast and Furious.
Part 5 gang. Here we go. Let's see. It is. Is it Passione? Passione. It is. It is Passione. Okay, I was not wrong. Okay, so Passione is what they're called. You have all the Passione characters when they were young and when they haven't joined in Passione yet. Because if you guys remember,
yeah, from the flashbacks and that.
Yeah, before they joined, they all looked like normal ass teenagers. Like even Jono had like black hair and stuff. And the moment they joined, fashion model divas and whatnot. So they're so that's all. That's pretty. It's got a lot of fan service stuff. And it's really cool, but it also has a lot of more weirder and more peculiar like references. And I'll get into that after you want to share like your stuff, Snake, because I'm sure you're ready over there too.
How much longer are we going to go on for, by the way?
We are 2 hours and 30 minutes. We could go on within 30 minutes, I suppose, I think.
I'm ready to end whenever y'all are, because I'm pretty much done. So whatever y'all have, I'm ready to listen to.
I'm just busting for a piss. So
you can go ahead, honestly.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So
I'll get a little
break.
bit of water, and we can just end this off, because I have a finale for you guys, and it's a very entertaining finale.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just finish this. This is the squid costume I mentioned from Soul Calibur that Yoshimitsu had.
Oh, nice! That is really cool.
And it's a shame we didn't get into this, but probably won't. But like Street Fighter Cross Tekken with the character swap costumes.
Yeah, I thought about that too. I just didn't mention anything.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken has a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Like some of these are just really solid costumes. Like holy shit, Cammy as King just looks so good.
You mentioned that like in the previous episode too, and I remember that does look great.
That Yoshimitsu squid costume is so cool. I can't recall it like being in the actual game. It probably was, but it's just because that game had dated graphics by today's standards, right?
Yeah, Soul Calibur 3 is his alternate costume. And all kinds of ways, like, it's funny because I think that's the same game where Nightmare's joke weapon was a squid. He's ever saw. He just has a squid. He just bashes people in the head with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, they brought that back for 5 too. I think you can have like a giant squid again, which is nice. It's absolutely an option. 5 or 6. One of the newer Soul Caliburs has it too, because I don't have very many memories of Soul Calibur 3, and I still know about the squid sword, so they definitely brought it back.
I like that, like just the dumb fun jokes. I think Song Mina, instead of her glaive, she has like a broom or a brush. One of the best joke weapons was Heihachi, because he has gauntlets on, but what he had there was. Are you familiar with the Heihachi trophies, like the golden trophies in the shape of his head?
I know he has like statues and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, because there's a trophy you see it in like Hwarang's ending in Tekken 3, and it's also what they use for as the pins in Tekken Ball, at least in the original Tekken Ball.
Oh, okay.
And like he has the faces from those on his gauntlets as a joke weapon.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
But what's also really good is his ultimate weapon, like the best weapon he has. It's nothing. There's no gauntlet. It's just bare fist, and
just
it's called
his fist.
It's called Tekken.
It's just called Tekken. That's badass. That is actually quite badass. I quite like that.
Does anybody know who has who has Yoshimitsu's swap in Street Fighter Cross Tekken?
I think it's Vega. Yeah, Vega.
Oh yeah, sure enough. Interesting.
Oh, funny enough, mentioning that game, isn't there also a Mega Man costume in there too?
No,
yeah,
Mega
there's
Man's
a Fat Mega Man. There's Fat Mega Man.
Yeah.
Is that a joke character, or is that? I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
what's up with that.
it's him.
He's fully playable, but he's meant to be bad. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Okay.
this Pac-Man in like a
Pac-Man.
Mokujin Walker mech. Those two weird cats from that were in PlayStation All Stars. And also
Okay,
the
yeah.
PlayStation version has Cole McGrath from Infamous for some reason.
Yeah, he's the one that I've had like the least
Weird,
footage
yeah.
about. I can't find any gameplay of him very easily. But here's the funny thing. So we mentioned Fat Mega Man, right? Even though he's a joke character, Sonic, he was unintentionally the best character in the game for a bit. He was broken because all you had to do was get the life lead, and then he had a weird hyper jump glitch where he would just keep floating up and never come back down. So the opponent has no way of hitting him, and the clock just counts
That's
down.
funny.
And you will inevitably lose the round because you can't touch him. He just keeps floating up.
That is funny.
What was kind of cool about that though is the camera follows him, so like you can see the map from like really high up on every single stage. Yeah, they need to bring back King Cammy. I like King Cammy. That probably inspired all their furry outfits in Street Fighter 4. They added all the furry outfits in Ultra Street Fighter 4. Do y'all know about that? Like everyone got a furry outfit.
I did not know about that.
Yeah, and Street Fighter 4, the last costume pack that I think it's the last one that everyone got was a literal fursona. Some are like where they're just wearing an outfit, but then some like Guile is like literally just a wolf. Like Guile is straight up a werewolf. Like he's got a full-on mask and everything.
Gotta check this out. How do I even look where this fursuit's? I see that. Yeah, he's literally like wearing. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they're all wearing like fursuits basically. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
funny.
they're all animal themed. Some are like less, animal than others. Like Juri is actually as fashionable. Like it's not like she's literally an animal. She has like accessories on and stuff too.
Cammy too. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Hyken is an octopus.
Oh yeah, he's great. I love his octopus one. It made perfect sense because he's always oiling up. People were so mad that Chun-Li was not a panda. She's a phoenix, which is still very Chinese to be fair. But
yeah.
people were like, how'd they fuck that up? How is she not a panda?
Pretty cute. I see this more as like it's more based off of like wrestlers. Like you said, like I think it is like maybe inspired by King, or King Cammy.
Oh god, E-Honda's is the most like horrific one. This would be my final costume that I share with you all. This costume is horrifying. And it's actually based on a demon, right?
Yeah,
Those water
that's
demons? Yeah.
Japanese demon basically, where they have like a bald spot and like water on the top of their heads. Kappa. They're called Kappa.
Kappa demon.
Nope.
Yeah.
No Kappa.
No Kappa. Our Kappa? Our Kappa? Kappa is just all these guys.
Guys, spam Kappa in the chat. Kappa in the chat, guys. That's how I remember the English name of this because like I was like, wait, Kappa is this? Like that's what it's called in English.
Yeah. But fighting E-Honda is already a nightmare, so imagine getting beaten by this thing. That's why it's even worse.
Yeah. Snake, did you say you wanted to use the bathroom or?
Yeah, plus I'm running low on disk space. I'm having to move stuff onto my hard drive as we speak, so I can have room to finish recording.
Every episode we record, I'm like, right now I have like a portable hard drive that I have to put our past 2 episodes in already because my computer is literally dying on disk space too. Yeah. I have to put all 3 of your videos into one file too. So my computer with 900 gigabytes is dying.
I can't. I'm fucking sweating from the stress. Fucking hell. Jesus.
The tits have fallen, guys. We did it. See, this is why I said to stay for the podcast, guys. The tits have finally fallen. If you guys have been staying, then we finally have it right here, guys. Woo! This is right. This is the premium VIP Patreon exclusive footage right here. This is what you guys get for watching the whole episode.
Superman.
Yeah, Superman.
Nice. You fell for the Logan Paul prank?
No, I fell for like a YouTuber that I was watching who I actually like, and he was like, "Oh, go see this exclusive stuff on my Patreon or whatever," and then you go see it, and it's not at all what he was alluding to it being. It's just like an extended cut of like the video. I'm like, "Oh, you effer." You made it seem like I see like stuff that isn't allowed on YouTube here, and you just like, or like some cool stuff, you know, edgy boy content, Filthy Frank style, and then it wasn't. It's just like an extended cut of the video. I was like, man.
A lot of people I've seen like do have like the uncensored versions and stuff like that on their Patreon. So yeah, I could see what. Oh, that's weird. got pranked. Well, you supported him because you liked him.
By the way, dog, you know when we were talking about what costume you're planning to get, and you're thinking, you're like going through I might get this costume or this one, and maybe I'll just get this Predator mask. That looks kind of cool. I didn't want to steal your thunder.
Hell yeah!
But
I think what's even more funny is like, Dog, you thought cosplaying as Johnny Cage would be too not like effort put into it. You thought it would be like too like cheap, so that's why you wanted to put effort. And then literally Snake just stole your Johnny Cage idea.
Yeah, he just totally did.
Oh my gosh, there he is. What?
Oh, Predator! Ah! Sorry, I'm doing my Twitter thing now that I'm required to do under
right,
contract.
You mentioned that. I think it's a good time to use the bathroom. We have another invisible boy in the mix. Very interesting. Can you pull off my head as a trophy? This is really getting flubbery. Bringing back the Chronica head. Bringing back the Chronica skull. We shall use the bathroom.
Okay.
So, are you gonna go in the bathroom with the Predator suit? I guess you can't really hear him talk in the mask.
I just wear it like this, like a hat.
It's actually the newest Predator movie where the kid turns out to be wearing the Predator suit. Oh my gosh.
That is thankfully not the newest one anymore. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, BRB, I'm off to get some water. BRB.
I mean, it'll be just me in the audience and I can talk to him.
Yeah, fair enough.
Be one of the few times where I'm the only one there. Usually all beat me back. Feet! I see Sonic's feet! Oh, there you went. Alright, audience. It's just you and me now, so I'm just gonna come out and say it. We need a Predator movie where Predator actually wins. Or at least doesn't die, because the guy's just not scary anymore. He gets beaten by everybody, and in every film the bar gets lowered. He was beaten by the most primitive person possible in the most recent movie. What's next? He's gonna fight cavemen, and like a caveman's gonna beat him? Like, you can beat him with sticks now. With sticks and spears, you can defeat the Predator. Which, I like the setting of Prey, I do. And I don't mind that the lady kills him, that's fine. I think it would have been better if like the group killed him, or if like the two siblings fought him together. But I'm just saying, the Predator has to win in the next movie. He has to. Like, otherwise he's not gonna be scary ever again. We always know he's gonna die. Or at the very least, have the humans just escape, but Predator still lives. So he's still creepy, you know, he's out there. So I don't know. I like Prey. I like the concept of Prey. I'm not sure if I like the execution as much. It's still like one of the better Predator movies, though. I think I still like it more than Predator 2. I had a huge Predator phase, man. I love Predator so much. Like, in all of my high school life, I loved it. I was obsessed with trying to buy the toys, but they were only available in like other countries, so they were super expensive to get. And I wanted to buy the masks, but they were also like $200 for a good one. And then who would just wear the mask? You can't wear just the mask. You got to wear the whole outfit. And then I realized that the whole outfit together was like $1,000. And I'm not going to spend that money as a kid. I'm not going to do that. It's just not going to happen. I really like Snake's set. I feel like Snake's set just by itself right now with the chair just there empty with some lo-fi music would be a real vibe. Could really vibe to that. And Sonic has a very lacking set. His set is the most embarrassing. It's just his room. Shame. Can't even call that a studio.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't know if you guys even noticed this, but I've actually gone clean shaven for this video. I should have.
Nice.
I had a full shave because I don't normally do that. I normally just try and like maintain it. I think the last time I actually went for clean shaven was when I went for a job interview from a current job, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago.
He's trying to hide off screen again. Oh, there he is. You can't hide your feet, Sonic. We already saw him. We saw him on the way out. The foot pics are going to be everywhere now. You can't escape. Maybe I can just refresh it here and see. Yeah, it's public. Cool.
I'm back, bitches. Ah!
I'm not though. I have to still put on my earphones. I have a very curious question to ask. Did you guys see me walk back?
I saw you trying to go Solid Snake crawling along the ground. That was funny.
Yeah, I wanted to do a little surprise. Okay, so I've got one last little fun Easter egg costume to share, and this is pretty fun. So the JoJo skins that I showed, I think, are mainly more, I think a bit more calm in my opinion. Now I can show some pretty more wacky ones that I think are pretty fun. Like, this one's just cute, I think. It's like a little funny. We've got a pajama kakyoing, which was only in like one episode in part 3, where he just wears pajamas, and they decided to put that as a skin. But that was pretty fun.
I mean, you might as well, because there's nothing else to go off, really.
Well, he also has the sunglasses and like, or when he was blinded and whatnot, so, which is also in the game too. Where like when he comes back later on the show. Let's see, this one this one's really interesting, and I have a feeling. Oh wait, the name is right on there, so you know who this is. But this one is Diavolo before his reveal. And what's really funny is like, because Diavolo is very strong in the game, so like, and everybody who plays Diavolo just uses the skin because it is quite interesting. Here is a very like weird one. Can you tell who this character is?
From the face, it kind of looks like Kira.
So this actually is a skin for like Kosaku, who is the disguise that Kira goes into in the second season. But this is apparently a one-shot like comic that the Araki did, where basically it goes through a man who like kills people and finds pleasure in it, and at the very end it's revealed that it's Kira Yoshikage.
Wait,
And,
that's
like,
not normal? I thought that was normal to kill people and get like satisfaction out of it. That's like why Mortal Kombat is so popular. Like it's fun. Oh well.
So yeah, just one shot and then made it into a skin, which is very interesting.
That's insane. Even for a JoJo character, that's too much. That's too much detail.
You want to know what's even more crazy? This next skin, literally, just look at it. I'm pretty sure you'll be like, what am I looking at? Here is a Joruno Giovanna skin that's in the game.
Okay. When he's ascended.
He has like clouds like around him, and he's like half naked. And literally, the only reason this skin exists is because this was one of the covers in Part 5. That's it. That's how they based the skin off of. It's insane. It's like, where the okay?
It's very, very Adam and Eve.
What I want to see is a costume.
Yeah.
I want to see Koichi under the effects of Heaven's Door with like the face peeled off.
Oh, the face. What's very funny is the loading screen is that. Every time the screen loads, you will see his face flipping as a loading screen in the game. This is pretty cute. I saved the best for last. Literally, this is like what I've been building up to this whole entire video. Because there's a lot more to the skin than just the design. You guys are gonna make like a small guess as to what the heck I'm gonna show. What the heck could be the best skin in the game? How could I top Shadow Dio or Naked Joruno? Like what the heck do I have here up my sleeves?
It's the dog.
I mean, Iggy has normal Iggy and ugly Iggy in the game. You can play us both. It's pretty funny. My finale, my magnum opus, Tequila Joseph, baby. They added that into the game. And here is the best part. And I don't understand why they decided to put this much effort into the skin. Now, as I stated, this is like a super big fan service game.
Wait,
you have characters.
Wait, hang on. When he does his line where it says next you're going to say whatever, does he do it with like a falsetto, like high pitched voice?
That is literally a mechanic in the game. It's like a counter ability, and if you hit him, he will then say Tsuki o namae wa, and then he will like try to mimic what the character is saying. Even like No, he doesn't go high pitch when he's wearing the skin, but
Like
I mean,
a
I
girl
get what you
impression.
mean.
Yeah.
But he will try to mimic the other character and like try to sound more feminine if it's a woman, and try to like bark when it's Iggy and stuff like that. And every single character he has a line for that. It's quite cool. And also, what's really interesting is Josuke from Part 4. He also has an ability that's like that. It's like a counter, and if you hit him, every single character will mock his hair and it'll piss him off. And everybody has a different mocking line in the game. That's really cool. But in the game, this game has like a lot of like dream interactions with characters. It's like, oh, Jonathan talking to every single one of his like descendants, and they'll have different lines. It's like, oh, you're the first one. Wow, you're the bloodline. Wow, you learned Hammond. That's really cool. Whatnot. This skin, if you wear it, will have unique intro dialogues and victory quotes with like almost over half the roster. There is a YouTube video out there that is a 28-minute compilation of all the different characters that he can talk with in the Takeda skin. Jonathan would say, are you sure you want to train with me with Hammond with that? And then Speedwagon will be like, get the fuck away from me and stuff like that. Caesar will like laugh at you. Lisa will say like, tomorrow we will start your Hammond and makeup training. It's like, it is insane how much they give this skin in terms of like this detail and stuff like that. What's really funny is Speedwagon says literally no one's gonna get tricked by you wearing that. And then like in Part 3, so many characters are like later on get tricked. Like he tricks Jotaro, he tricks like Josuke, he tricks Joruno, he tricks some of the villains and stuff like that. And the intro dialogue is pretty funny. It's like, lady, do not come close to me. I just do not want you coming close to me and stuff like that.
It looks way funnier in the show too. He's way buffer in the actual like anime, so it's even harder to pull off. Here, from some angles, like it could just be a really buff lady, but in the cartoon, it's just no way. He's a mountain of a man. He's like gigantic.
The only character in the whole game that probably likes this, he's like, oh, what a great skin, what a great costume, Mr. Joestar, is like Abado. So I think that's kind of cute. If you play Tequila Joseph and fight older Joseph, he'll be like, oh my god, I completely forgot I did this. and then after he wins, he's like, this is too much power. No one in the family can know about this. And one of my favorite dialogues is if you go up against the skin and you go up against Dio, and if you win, Joseph will say, I won! I avenged my grandfather in drag. And then if you win as Dio, he'll be like, I know I'm supposed to suck your blood because you're a Joestar, but I really don't want to. So yeah, amazing fan service for just this like joke skin basically. But yeah, it's crazy, like a 28-minute compilation. It was very fun just watching through the whole thing too.
That might be the single most effort put into an alternate costume then, like in a fighting game.
Yeah, because like, you have like the closest thing would be like the Premier skins for Injustice.
That's what I was thinking too, because
with
they're
the different dialogues and stuff. Yeah, it's true. That's a good.
That's probably as close as it gets. I mean, other than that, it's what like the Dimitri Vegas skin and Carl Weathers Jax, which admittedly Carl Weathers Jax. I did plan to bring that up at some point, but I forgot. But yeah, Carl Weathers Jax was just phenomenal.
The Dimitri Vegas skin is pretty scary. We should have brought that up because we're doing Halloween. That's a pretty spooky one.
Lamau. But yeah, like the premium skins in Injustice 2, they do have changed dialogue at least. But like the skins in MK11, they do still say the same dialogue. But yeah, they do re-record those for sure. And ladies and gentlemen, that was our Halloween special. Ooh, spooky. Yeah. I'm not really too sure how we should even end this episode, honestly. We were just talking about some fun Halloween costumes. It's fun. Oh, nice. I was hoping one of us would turn off the lights or something like that. That's sick. That actually looks really cool over there.
My lights are off. It's just that it's daytime where
Look
I'm
at me.
Here, Skeletor. Yeah, He-Man. Can't win this time.
Remember, Alt F4 saves your game.
I never heard that before.
Yeah, my only cool lights I have are like my RGB lights from my computer itself, but you can't see that unless if I turn them on. But yeah, I'm not doing that.
Do I have anything scary? If you're ready to end it, then I do have something spooky I can do, just like cut out on. But say your final thoughts before that.
Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Combat Kings, which it's always a fun episode where we kind of thought of a theming to go with and just chat randomly about. And oh my gosh, that is spooky. That's really nice. Reminds me of.
Just like zoom in on my face, just cut right there.
It is somewhat let down by the fact I'm wearing a Superman shirt, but you know what? Fuck it.
You can't really see it because it's covered by the light. Yeah, thank you
just
for
says
the shouting.
Superman.
That's gonna work well in one of my highlights or something. I don't know what exactly I'm gonna use it.
In the intro.
I just thought about something. Normally I would put like a highlight intro for the video, but the issue is like the whole point of it is like we're supposed to be anonymous as to what we look like before we review our costumes.
Just pixelate us like Japanese porn, so you can't tell.
I guess I'll do something like that. Basically.
I've got one for you. Yeah. This is the Halloween special of the Combat Kings. Yes. He-Man.
That's good.
That is pretty nice.
That worked out pretty well.
TrueUnderDawg has a special way of ending it. I'm just gonna let Reptile eat my camera over here. So bye everybody. Remember, trick or treat, nah, trick or eat.
Mine's gonna seem pretty underwhelming by comparison, but how about this? Everyone's favorite Mortal Kombat character has been slain by me. I killed him and I have his head. I killed Scorpion. Happy Halloween, fuckers.
Oh, you think that's a good Halloween ending? Like, check. I got a better one. Yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We're already dead, but you know,
we're literally. One of those endings will make it. I'm sure.
I mean,
one of those.
I mean, it's one way to end off a Halloween special. Demonetize the entire episode.
oh, we are done. Good. I got this off. Oh.
Yeah, we're finally done.
Take it up.
Take it up.
No, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get a shirt.
Let's go. OnlyFans content. Woo. Okay.
Oh, I can see his shoulders. Oh.